Hi everyone. Just waiting for people to join. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Easter. And for all of those who are on bank holiday, because I know some people are not on bank holiday today, just want to hope they say you're having a great bank holiday. London's a bit funny today. It's a bit cold in London at the moment. It's tropical. We from hot weather, tropical weather last week. We're now experiencing some weird weather, some really cold weather blowing in from Siberia, I believe. Who we got on so far? We've got one person on so far, a couple of people. Just waiting for more people to join. Hey Bobby, how you doing, mate? You good? I'm just going to share the link at the moment. Let me just share the link. Where is it? Invite. Okay, that's the one. Let's just do that. Okay, I'm just going to put the link into the box now. There's probably going to be some background noise at the moment. Oops, my sound, my voice. There's probably going to be some background noise at the moment. I think we've got Zane's getting excited playing something called Rocket Ball with his friends, and we're doing a bit of rapping here, so there's a bit of noise in the background. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at the race for the top four. When more people join, we're going to look at the race for the top four, because at the moment, there is, I think Manchester United are there now. Manchester City are obviously there. 2 from 6. Lives 2 from 6. We've got Chelsea. We've got Liverpool. Manchester United. No, sorry. Chelsea, Liverpool, Everton, West Ham, Tottenham Hotspurs, Leicester. So those are the teams vying for top 4 at the moment. Am I frozen? Oh, okay, I'm talking there. Hi, how you doing? Am I still frozen, guys? Is it all good? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. All right, let me just send the link again. I'm not sure if it came through. So yeah, so as I said, we're going to be discussing top 4. It's the big race for the top 4. Bobby, how you doing, mate?
Hi, I'm good. Hi, Max.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you.
How are you enjoying your Easter holiday, Easter break?
Yeah, it's been a working one mainly. It's been busy.
Yeah.
Over the international break, I caught a couple of your live shows. I couldn't always join. I'm sorry, but
that's all right.
I try and catch up a few hours later, see what was said, and so on.
Yeah. So I wasn't around after the game or for the disaster show on Saturday, but I did catch up with your comments as well on Baggy TV's stream, and I agree with you about this international. We need to scrap these stupid international breaks because they just disrupt football altogether. My idea is just to condense them over a period of 3 or 4 weeks at the end of the season. So obviously every other year we play the World Cup and then we play the European Championships. So for the qualifiers, why not just have them all towards the end of the season?
What annoys me so much about it, Max, is despite all the dangers of COVID and traveling around, you get these international managers having total disregard for the welfare of their players. I mean, I saw no sense in some of the games that Southgate played.
Mason Mount. Yeah, ridiculous.
I saw absolutely no sense in how Deschamps played Kante to the point of injury. And what even infuriates me more, although this is probably a bit of Tuchel, is we know that Pulisic struggles with playing 2 games a week. He played the previous Wednesday for the United States, and then early Saturday morning you're putting him on for a full game against Chelsea and wondering why he comes up with the same hamstring injury.
Yeah,
You know,
that was such a bizarre decision because before
it
Frank left, he said he was going to manage. They needed to manage Pulisic because obviously he just cannot. He's got, I call it glass hamstrings. He cannot play
does.
2 games in a row. Yeah, I have DJ to say hi to DJ. Just notice he's joined. Welcome to the
Hey,
stream, mate.
hey, good evening, guys.
Yeah.
So good afternoon, I
Yeah.
should say, guys. How you
Yeah,
guys doing? You all
afternoon.
right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Happy Easter to you. Yeah,
Happy. Thank you very much. The same
yeah.
to you and your family as well, mate.
Yeah,
Thanks.
happy Easter, DJ.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Bobby. The same to you as well, bro. How was it? How
Yeah.
was all your Easters, by the way?
Yeah, it was good. It was a
Yeah.
traditional fish on a Friday that we have, and then
Yeah, we're the same. We're the same.
lamb yesterday. So
Oh,
yeah.
nice,
Mhm.
very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's all good. Yeah, but it's a bit busy because the wife, she loves gardening, you see, and she was out yesterday because today, obviously you're London as well, you DJ. And
Yes,
Bobby,
I am.
are you London, Bobby? Or?
No, I'm in Kent.
Yeah, Kent, yeah, because yes, it was weird because last week we had like tropical and everyone was having their sunglasses on and t-shirts, and today we had snow in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the snow, DJ? Yeah, we had a bit of a brief snow flurry. I was just about to go do my weekly shop, and the snow came. It was a light flurry, but yeah. So that's England, one extreme to another. You know,
It's true.
20 to 5 in 4 days.
Oh
Yeah.
man, what?
Yeah.
Hey, I just came on quickly, guys. Because I've got some errands I've got to do for the wife anyway later on. But I just wanted to just come and say hello. And obviously, I know you're in discussion about the top 4. Listen, it was I'm looking at the situation. I'm trying to make a positive out of a negative. Yeah, it was a really, really bad day at the office. I get that. Everyone's kind of like writing Chelsea off from top 4 now. Matt Law's already started printing out his crap in the newspapers about fallouts, about bust up between Kepa and Rudiger, and now we've got a situation with Pulisic situation again. Yeah, listen, it's again, it was a risk that we took on him. I didn't think it. Yeah, I thought the game was obviously quite. It wasn't that great. I thought when we took the lead, that would have been it. But for the first time, I actually saw tiredness in our game. I really, really saw tiredness. I mean, you could tell the players were just not up for it. And to concede the goals that we conceded as well, it was just not like Chelsea-like. And this is what I've been trying to say. It's un-Chelsea-like, you know. But there were good goals.
I'll say it was more Chelsea-like before, because we had that problem, didn't we, last season with the mentality thing. And I just think it was that mentality thing where went down to 10 men and then we conceded the goal and then heads dropped. They just didn't have the belief that they could win the game after that.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, I just think, first of all, Matt Law, I don't have much respect for him. I don't know why Chelsea fans, some of them think he's all that. The guy's just he's a chancer. He just looks for news and comes out with a load of BS half the time. I don't really have much respect for him. But are we surprised at what happened? Listen, Sam, as I was saying on anyway, I won't say that. Let me calm down, be respectful. Sam Allardyce, he had his full squad and was doing nothing other than preparing for Chelsea for 10 days. Exactly. We had one day after international breaks where a lot of our players were either jet lagged or physically tired, or like in the case of Pulisic, muscle fatigued. He can't play these 2 games in a week. It's evident. We have evidence of that. So was this an expected result? Sort of. I kind of knew it would happen. I can't say, I saw 5-2 in the stars and all that, but I didn't feel good about it because it just didn't look like any of the things were working in our favour. And as usual, what happens? The officials get onto the bandwagon, a little bad decision here, a little funny decision here, and let's push Chelsea over the edge. It's always it's the same old thing. We see it time and time and time again. Will we bounce back? That's the question.
I think we will.
That's what I want to see.
I think we will. I think we will, Bobby. I really think we will. I think this is the way. I think this is what I call a wake-up call. Because let's be honest, yeah. I've never known our team. I've never known us to be blasted like we were 5-2 ever this season. I mean, it's never ever been a situation. We've played bad. I get we played bad in games, but we've never been blasted this badly. And I think this could just be the wake-up call that we need, and hopefully will drive the players on now to say, no, this is not going to happen again. And I reckon we've got the manager who's got the right mentality to put that in their heads and think, I don't want this to happen again. So this is why I'm confident. You know?
Yeah, as Tyrone would probably say on this one, it's written in the stars, because the last time we got spanked 5 at home was under AVB. We lost 5-3 against Arsenal. Remember that game?
Yeah, I did.
And and we went on to win the Champions League. So
yeah. I said
yeah.
I said that on Baggy's channel the other day. In fact, after the game,
oh right, okay, yeah,
I said the same thing, but I thought it was actually the same team that beat us. But I know he lost 5, and I remember Tyrone came on and he goes, "I'm going to go do my research on it." He went down his research on it. Yeah. And I said to him, I said, you know what? Look, it's one of those situations, guys. Let's not lose any confidence on this year. Our team is not going to get this then we're not going to play this bad again. I don't think we will anyway.
You know what? You know, starting about what you're saying about it. This is I did some research yesterday. I think I'm not sure if you guys have seen what I tweeted. It was late last night. It was, but Frank Lampard's first 11 games this season. 33 points. Tuchel's first 11 games for Chelsea this season, 33 points.
33 points.
They've got exactly the same. But then what done Frank was the next 7 games, he only got 7 points from 8 games, I think it was.
Yeah.
So now Tuchel's got 8 games. I'm hoping it doesn't go the same way.
I guess the thing about
the
thing about what happened yesterday, which kind of has upset a lot of us, you know, in what I call the proper fan base, is that we've made things hard for ourselves. We put ourselves in a scrap now with Liverpool, Tottenham, West Ham, even. I mean, we're praying Everton, you know.
Because if Everton win their 2 games, they go above us.
There you go. And if West Ham win today, they go above us. So I'm hoping Wolves do us a bit of a favour today, actually. You know, it's all going to be really scrappy, really waiting on others to lose a bit of form here and there. But the concern is Liverpool's picking up form now. Spurs, well, you never know. I always think there's bad chemistry in that team anyway, but they're a team that suddenly they can do something, and then
Spurs would always be Spursy, you know. They'll drop out at some point.
Well, you know, and then there's Everton. So it's a situation that we really didn't want to be in.
It's made it harder than what it had to be. Basically,
it has, and we've got big games coming up. We've got the FA Cup semi-final. You know, we've got the Champions League
quarterfinals. So some big ones. Eric, mate, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, hi Max, hi everyone.
Hey Eric, how you doing, bro? You all right?
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter, guys. Glad to be back on the calling.
Just want to say hi to Stamford Bridge and Farid as well.
Hey, Stamford Bridge, big up.
Yeah,
Farid the same.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the unrest as well as we get on. I'm going to try and do something, actually. I'm going to try and share my screen. So I know DJ, just let me know when you got to go, mate, and then we'll see, and then we can just grab. So I'm going to try something I haven't done before, and I'm hoping that it works. The share screen thing. Let's share screen and see if it works. Right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Right, I can see that, but I need to probably go on a different monitor as well because I can't see you guys now. So I'm going to have to swap between the 2 monitors as well, so I can see. Right, so the fixtures. So let's go to the fixtures first of all. So obviously Manchester United. Before I start sharing, actually, let me what's the date today? The 5th. So let me come back to that. Just come back to where I am. So at the moment, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, you can hear me, guys. Yeah. At the moment we have West Ham Sorry, let's talk about Manchester United and Manchester City. Let's take it; they're already through, aren't they, to the top four? So I can't see anyone. For Manchester City, probably win the league, and as Bobby would always testify with me on this one, the Premier League do all they can in their power to make sure that Manchester United get to the top four. Because yesterday was another situation where we had Maguire.
Yep.
And how did he not get sent off? How did he not get sent off?
I don't know. And how that wasn't a penalty, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a penalty and a sending off at 1-1, and all of a sudden Manchester United don't make up any ground on us. So, and the other thing is, if you were David Luiz looking at that, then remember the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers?
Yeah.
When David Luiz got sent off.
Sent off. Yeah, I do. I remember that.
Tell me what the difference was between that one and this one.
No, there was even less contact with the Luiz one.
Yeah, it was less contact with the Luiz one. Exactly.
The difference is it's Man United.
Exactly.
Yeah. And as Bobby says, Bobby keeps saying this. It happens too often for it to be not something sinister. Once or twice, then you can say, you know what? Yeah, it's just a referee mistake. But we've got VAR on board. But what VAR has done for me is brought up more about the corruption in the sport and how they favour one team over another. Because
it's so true. It's so true, mate.
The one against us with Aspilicueta when he nearly strangled him to death, nothing was given, and VAR looked at it. The one with Batshuayi when he kicked him in his nuts or whatever, nothing was done with that one. This one today, and we're seeing it time and time and time again with Manchester United. It's too often to be a coincidence.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what I think it is, guys? Ever since he ranted on Sky about that decision that went against them, with apparently a Hudson-Odoi's apparent handball against Manchester United in that game, and Greenwood handballed it as well, right?
Yeah.
Ever since he went on that rant on Sky, it seems like every decision is going for them now. It's like Stockley Park. Whoever's checking it at Stockley Park seems to be favouring them for it. And he ranted about it. Oh, we don't get the decisions. Well, I'm sorry, man.
I couldn't believe when he said that. I said, "Are you having a laugh?"
Exactly.
This has been going on with United longer
since
than that.
Fergie time.
I'm glad you've said the word, and I've been saying it for years. There is corruption in the Premier League. There always has been. The officials. The FA itself, they favour certain teams. The sad thing about us, in this country, the country that we love so dear, we are the masters at the game of deceit. We'll deceive anybody into thinking anything. And if it works for you, it's great. If it doesn't, well, it sucks. But the deceit continues. And this is what's happening with the Premier League. United are being favoured. There's absolutely no doubt about it, as is Liverpool. But will they do anything about it? Well, nah.
Yeah. I think not so much Liverpool this season. Last season, I think Liverpool this season, apart from there was one game actually, and this proved to be vital in the running, was the game they played against Wolves the other day. I'm not sure if you guys remember it, when Alisson took out the Wolves guy. He actually took him out. Okay, the ball had already gone, but he's taken him out to stop him from trying to get to the second ball. And it wasn't even looked at by VAR. And that's what makes the decision the other day, our decision against West Bromwich Albion, even worse with the Silva situation. Because if you look, the West Bromwich Albion attacker had already taken his shot off before the contact was made by Silva. I just think with the Silva one, a referee using his discretion, had that been like a Man United player, a Maguire, for instance, they'd have used their discretion. Because it wasn't reckless. He tried to block the ball. He made an attempt. He didn't dive in recklessly. He was throwing his foot at the ball as the shot was coming in. And his trailing leg happened to catch the player.
Yeah.
So if you're applying that principle, we should have had a penalty. Because remember when, what's his name, crossed it, and Werner crossed it? And then straight after the cross, the West Bromwich Albion defender has crashed into his ankle. And... But now nothing was done about that. No booking, no penalty, no nothing. And then I think Glenn Hoddle said, "Oh, that was after the event. That's probably why they didn't give it." But the same principle should have applied with us, with the David Silva, not David, I keep saying David, with the Thiago Silva one.
Yeah, I mean, it's really upsetting. You know, what really enrages me is the pretense at fairness. At least in Spain, they don't pretend to be fair. Although being unfair is not right, but they will let you know, pump and plain, that they are for Real Madrid or Barcelona. Everybody else is an also ran. They don't mess about with that, and we all know where it stands. But we like to give this illusion with the media and the FA that everything's fair and square. It is not. They do prefer Man United for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's been going on. Remember all the days of Fergie time and all that malarkey. I mean, goodness.
I always remember that big one when they actually won the league that time. Against Sheffield Wednesday, wasn't it? They were was it 1-0 down or something? And then they played about 8 minutes of extra time and they won the game 2-1. Steve Bruce scored the winner.
Yeah.
Can you remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that was going back a few years. Yeah,
I've been saying this for years. Remember the early days of Chelsea TV? I was always saying it, and you know that everybody be squinting their face, but we all know it's true. We all know it's true, but few of us have the bottle to come out and call it for what it is, for whatever reason. Especially the media lot. Maybe they're scared. I don't know. I just think it's wrong. It's wrong.
But as I said, VAR has definitely highlighted it now because there's no excuses. Back then, you could say, okay, they probably missed it or maybe under pressure from the crowd or whatever. But with VAR now here, and they're still calling this decisions wrong, VAR was meant to be brought in so that all this doubt can be taken out. I say scrap VAR for me because it's spoiling the game because obviously you can't cheer a goal anymore without looking at VAR, and they're not getting the decisions that they should be getting right. They're not getting them right anyway. So what is the point of having it?
I agree. Totally agree.
Graceful.
If they aren't using the technology the way it should be used, then there's no point. Just scrap it.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So anyway, let's go on to these. Sorry, was someone going to say something?
Yeah, Max, I was just going to say, guys, I've got to go off now. Yeah, I've got to go and get some things done. But listen, keep up the good work. You guys, as always, brilliant as always, Max.
Thank you very much. Just before you go, quickly, who's your top four? Because that's what we're going to be talking about. So who do you think is going to be top four?
Obviously, Manchester City will be there. I think Manchester United are going to get second. And I'm still going to put. Who's third now at the moment? Is it
Leicester?
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose it somewhere. So I'm still gonna put Chelsea there. I want to put us for third or fourth. To be honest with you, I think we've got a chance to do it. So we'll be amongst that, and Liverpool. I think we'll get the final fourth spot.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Nice for having you. Thanks for coming on. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
But thanks for the support as always.
No worries. Take care, everyone. Yeah. Nice speaking to you all again.
See you, DJ.
Cheers.
Bye.
Let's see the fixtures, Max.
If we go into the fixtures again, so let's go back to this. So today we've got 2 matches that involve potential top four people. Everton against Crystal Palace. For me, I think Everton will win that one, especially at home. I think they'll be too strong for Crystal Palace. And West Ham. Did you hear the news with Declan Rice, guys?
What?
He's injured. He's going to be out for a month.
Wow.
Yeah, so Rice is out so that's going to have a big effect, I think, on West Ham's hopes for top four. Because I think him and Suchek together were one of the reasons why they've been doing so well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they cope without him. Actually, again, you're going to love this, Bobby. He got injured on the international break.
Well, I mean,
so it's another one. Yeah.
He's another player that they overplay in the internationals. I don't care because he's not playing for Chelsea at the moment, but he plays too many games.
Yeah. So for me, I think Everton would beat Crystal Palace, and Wolves, West Ham. I think probably Wolves are always going to be a difficult team to play against. I reckon that Wolves can get something out of this. If not a point, I think they could take all 3.
Absolutely.
What about you two? What about you?
I think West Ham are going to win that match. I just think that West Ham are going to win. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Wolves do something.
You reckon West Ham are going to win? Okay. Now I think without Rice, it's going to take a bit of time for them to adjust. So I think, I find the Wolves are difficult to break down. That's what I think. Wolves will get something out of that game.
Concern I have with that is, West Ham have players that can replace Declan Rice, because the position he plays, it's not really.
I hear what you're saying, but for me, it's his leadership as well. I know that what's his name, the captain who's on the bench a lot now.
Noble.
Noble. He's got those leadership qualities, but can he offer the same shielding as he's on the bench for a reason now? He's getting a bit older. He's not as mobile as he used to be. So so like I said, he'll still give him that leadership quality. So he'll probably come in for that. But yeah, so it'll be an interesting one. But I just think Wolves can get at least a draw from that one today. If we move on to the 10th of April, this is we're playing another team that we don't like playing against, a low block, fast breakaway team in Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are one of those funny teams, and sometimes they'll play well, but sometimes you can just blow them away if they're not on their game. But Zaha's back. Zaha likes scoring against us. He's another one of those guys who likes scoring against us. And they've had some favourable results this season they got a point, I think, against Manchester United, didn't they? That one, what do you guys think about that one? Do you think we'll beat Palace?
No.
I think we will. We need to go on a run, honestly. We need to win like 5 matches in a row. Because it's looking a little bit shaky right now. We're just about hanging on to that 4th spot. So yeah.
Someone say Rice is out until January. Oh, there's a month. Maybe has Test come back then for you? That's quite a long time then. January 2022. The early things for me was it's going to be at least a month. They said so. He may have gone for tests and so.
That means he'll miss the Euros.
The Euros, yeah.
Oh, that is a big shock.
Yeah. So what about you with Crystal Palace? Yeah.
If we could get back to the form that we were at before the international break, get the midfield right, get the defence right, then, why not? We've beaten greater teams than Crystal Palace with the teams we have. The midfield, for me, the physicality is always a concern, but Tuchel seemed to be able to sort that. Is Kante going to be fit for that? I don't know.
I'm hoping so. I think they said he was going to. I don't think it's a bad injury he had, but again, we don't know yet. Probably once Tuchel gives this press conference tomorrow, we'll know more about Kante's situation. But I know they said he's going to be out in the Porto game as well. So I'll have to check up and see what the situation is.
It's such a tough running for us. I mean, hopefully, if we continue to progress, these guys are going to have to be kept fit for some really, really big games, including some tricky games in between. Palace, we can do it, but
good point. But Farid made a good point. The 3-0 loss last season is against West Bromwich Albion when we're abject in that game, but we still came back. So let's hope that we can do something similar after losing to West Brom. Just get back on straight away. Yeah.
Can I address a comment I've seen here?
Yeah.
From Fuya Garan. I don't think that's correct. He said that if Arsenal win the Europa League, we won't qualify for.
No, we will. We will. They've changed the rules now because if you remember, the 5 teams will then be 5 teams will be in the Champions League. Yeah. We had that. We had that with.
He's got some brass, and Arsenal win the Europa League. There's with Man United still in it and all that. Crikey, a bit far thinking, I'd say. It can happen, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, Mikhail, happy Easter, mate. Yeah, I just decided to do this a couple of hours ago. I hope you guys did you guys get notifications? Because I'm not sure if Mikhail. Sometimes the notifications don't come through. I'm not sure what it is with YouTube. Yeah. Arsenal. But anything can happen. Anything's possible.
Cool.
Anything is possible with Arsenal. They got this favourable draw in their half of the As you see their draw, they've got the favourable draw. I think they've got, is it Sparta Prague, and then they'll probably play. I'll ask my Arsenal stat man over here. This is Mr. Arsenal. Mr. Arsenal, after Sparta Prague, who do you play? Is it Villarreal? Then Villarreal, is it? If you win that,
as if they get through.
If you get through, do you play in the semis? Yeah, Villarreal or Dynamo Zagreb. So you know what? That is they could get through on that. Yeah, go on.
It's possible. Do you know what, Max? I think what would probably be, more important for us to look at this point, it's not the fixtures we have in the league. It's the fixtures of teams around us. That's
what I'm looking at as well. So if you look at the fixtures here, I'm looking at everyone's fixtures. So obviously we've thought that Liverpool versus Aston Villa. That's Liverpool should win that one.
Well, they've got revenge, haven't they?
They have to get revenge on that one. And as I call Tottenham Kane Hotspurs, I call Aston Villa Aston Grealish. I think we should call them, because since Grealish has been out the side, they've just dropped up. They rely so much on that guy, and I'm not sure whether he's going to be fit to play in that fixture, but without him, they've been pretty abject. Although they got the win yesterday against Fulham, but they haven't looked the same side at all. So we've got Spurs, Man U. So that's a big game. So hopefully, because Manchester United wouldn't have definitely qualified outright for that. So that's going to be a big game. So that's why it's important that we beat Crystal Palace.
What's Leicester got?
With Spurs playing Manchester United, West Ham, Leicester. So this is a massive week. Next week is the week for us, because these two, this could go a long way to. Yeah. If we don't get a result against Crystal Palace, then we've only got ourselves to blame, because this is the key. This is a key week. Look at those two games. Yeah. So, and those are the teams in and around us. And the other team who we have to worry about is Everton, and they play Brighton that week. So, and Brighton are no pushovers. And yesterday they should have had VAR gone their way and the decisions, they would have beaten Manchester United yesterday, probably. So, and their manager's got them playing some good football. So that's that next week. Next week we may be looking at everything what went on before and saying, you know what, we are in a better position. It's just a Liverpool match, which is quite easy, and Liverpool are probably going to be our biggest challengers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over yet. It's a big week, but there's still games to play.
Yeah, ideally, West Ham beat Leicester, or it's even a draw, and Man U to beat Spurs. We should reach for Manchester United, given that Manchester United are probably secure in the top four now, and we beat Palace. So after that, now this is another big game, Everton Spurs.
Yep.
So something's got to give in that game.
What have we got?
Yeah, so Everton plays Spurs, and then
I can't really see it.
Can you not see it properly? So Everton plays Spurs. Manchester United. No, don't worry about Man United. Leeds against Liverpool, and again, that's a match which can go any way. Actually, Leeds are a very unpredictable side.
Liverpool going to cane them. I can't see beyond Liverpool in that one.
Yeah, Liverpool are running into a bit of form there. So yeah, and then Chelsea play Brighton.
Tricky, but depends. They're always going to be tricky, aren't they? I think the result against West Brom has shaken our confidence a bit with some of these so-called lower teams. They're the ones that we tend to struggle against more than the top six. But I mean, we should beat Brighton. I mean, crikey, if we don't do it, then we have no business in top four, isn't it? You've got to put these away, haven't you, to earn your place in the top four. I know a lot of things work against us, but if we're not burying the Brightons of this world, with all due respect, even Palace, then what are we talking about?
I know, exactly. But if you remember last season, if you remember, it was similar, wasn't it? It was very similar in that we were losing games, but the teams around us were also losing games as well, weren't they? So they weren't taking advantage. And in the season under Sarri, that was the same thing as well, where we were winning games or losing games, but the other teams were losing games as well. Because under Sarri, I think we lost our last. We only picked up about 8 points in our last 16 or 18 or something, but the teams around us were also not picking up results neither. I'm going to do something so that I can see the comments and think at the same time, just the results, because I think I'm on 2 screens at the moment. So what I want to try and do is stop the share, and then I want to share again on using a different browser so I can see both screens. So bear with me a minute. I'll just share. Share screen. Let me just share. Which one is it? Is it this one? This one? This one? Right, okay, that's better. So I can see now. I can see the screen and I can see the chat as well. So cool. All right, so if we move down, so Arsenal, so we've got Leeds, we've discussed Leeds, Liverpool, Chelsea, and then Chelsea play Brighton. Again, we should be beating Brighton at home, shouldn't we, really?
If we're serious about top 4, we've got to do that. We can't accept not beating. I mean, we've got to win from now on in any way, far more than we draw or lose. And Brighton has got to be a win. Brighton's got to be a win. Palace has got to be a win if we hope to be in top 4. That's all there is to it. It's no disrespect to them, but that's just the reality.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, we've got to be looking at beating Brighton for that day. I think then Spurs play Southampton, and really Spurs should be beating Southampton.
They probably will.
And then Leicester versus West Brom. West Brom only turn up against us. Although they did get a result against Liverpool, didn't they? But that's when everyone was beating Liverpool throughout that. So I can't see West Brom doing another madness away from them.
No. There's no international break to help them.
Exactly. So I think that they'll win that one for Leicester quite comfortably. And Arsenal versus Everton. I used to say we can't rely on Liverpool, Arsenal but they've actually helped us a few times this season already, haven't they? With their wins against Tottenham, then their draw that they had again. Who did they draw against? They drew against one of our rivals as well this season, didn't they? Leicester, wasn't it? No, they beat Leicester, and they beat Tottenham. Yeah. So they have done us favours this season.
Arsenal, Everton. That's I can't call that one, to be honest. I don't know. I think a lot will depend on form in and around the time that game is on, and how far Arsenal have gone in the UEFA Cup.
Yeah. All right, Tyrone's in the house now. So Tyrone, I'm not sure you want to. I've just put the link in. So what we're doing, Tyrone, we're discussing the top 4, and we're looking at our fixtures at the moment, and the other teams' fixtures around us, just to see how we think we'll fare and how the other teams will fare, whether we'll get into the top 4. So if you want to join the stream, mate, here's the link. So just join that one. Right, so let's Eric, you got anything to say on any of these fixtures? Arsenal, Everton,
yeah, I think that's going to be a draw. Arsenal beat Everton.
You going for a draw in that one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's add Tyrone to the stream as well. How you doing, Tyrone?
I'm good.
Okay, so what we're doing at the moment, we're discussing, as I said. So I'll recap it at the end as well. So we are up to the 24th of April now. So if we move on to the 24th of April, the fixtures for that week, what we see is that this is going to be the big one for us: Chelsea, West Ham, Chelsea. That's going to be massive. So if we beat West Ham, then we could effectively knock them out of the race entirely. I'm not sure if you heard the news, Tyro, but Declan Rice is going to be missing.
Yeah,
I heard a month, but then somebody.
Apparently.
I had 4 weeks, but somebody here has posted till next year. But I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed whether it is next year.
Ooh.
I need to find out whether that's true or not because I heard a month. So I'll try and do some digging.
That would be terrible for his chances at the Euros, though.
The Euros, yeah. But anyway, he'll be missing for our game. It was a month because look, we're the 5th of April now, so he'll be missing for our game, which is going to be a big loss for them in that fixture. What do you guys think? West Ham away, London derby.
West Ham have always been a tricky one for us. We either get them or we don't. I know that sounds a bit like, we either get them proper or we don't. And I don't know, yet again, that depends on form coming up to the game. That depends on other factors like, where we are with the Champions League commitments. Have we got to the FA Cup final? All that sort of thing. How many players are fit? I'm really irritated with the Pulisic injury. I think we gambled with him. I think, we need to manage him whether he likes it or not and runs to the media talking about moving club and all that nonsense. He's just not capable of playing 2 games in a week, full stop.
Yeah, I'd have played Hudson-Odoi in hindsight for that game the other day.
Yeah. But anyway, West Ham, we can beat them. I think there's the only good thing is there's nothing more dangerous than a Chelsea with a purpose. And if we find that we really need to win that game, we often know how to turn up. Like, if it's like, okay, how far is it to how many games in? That's that leaves us with about 5
that
more games?
That one would leave us with about 5, about 5 more games.
I mean, that's where Chelsea start to get dangerous, really, and I think, especially if they don't have someone like Declan Rice, I think it's going to be a dangerous game for West Ham. I don't know. I think we can do it, and I'm trying to talk with my head, and I believe I'm right.
Yeah. Do you think that we should, at business end of the season, and he's not been playing Giroud, has he? And for me, last season, that's where Giroud came into his own, wasn't it? Towards the business end of the season, when a bit of experience was required. Do you think he's missing a trick at the moment by not playing Giroud in some of these games, or even coming off the bench? Because we got a lot of young heads in our side, so we need that.
Well, he sort of said so himself, hasn't he? The trouble is with Giroud in recent times is even when he's been given a chance, he's not really done it. But that doesn't mean to say that he won't do towards the end of the season like he did last year. Giroud is another one that knows how to stand up and be counted when it really matters. Yeah. So I think towards the end of the season, it could be a bad thing for the teams around us that it's all so tight because they're facing a dangerous Chelsea, or there's a dangerous Chelsea in the mix, rather than a Chelsea that feels a bit more complacent and they've got room to relax a bit. I just think we can turn it up a bit more, and teams like West Ham might fall foul to that.
Right.
I'm saying that a bit with my heart, but I mean, I've engaged.
Well, we're Chelsea supporters, so we have to talk about that as well. So, what about you guys, Herrick, Tyrone? What do you think about the West Ham fixture?
Tyrone is not there. Okay. West Ham are a bogey team for Chelsea. I never enjoy playing West Ham. I mean, we have to win every game. That's the way I see it. But I don't know if we're gonna beat West Ham. But hopefully the players turn up, and if we play at our best, we should win. So hopefully we win like 2-1 or something.
Yeah, I think last season obviously they got the double over us, didn't they? I could always remember that last-minute goal, Yarmolenko goal, still giving me nightmares now.
Well, that
But I
cost
think
them now.
I know. I think the season before, though, I think we did okay against them. So as with you, Bob, sometimes we play really well back against them and give them a gubbing, but at other times they just get one over us. I think whenever Frank Lampard was either in charge or playing, that was the extra motivation for them, wasn't it? Because especially with the supporters having a go at Frank Lampard as well. So hopefully we can put in a good display against them.
Let's be realistic here. I mean, we are a better team than West Ham. What West Ham has on us is their physicality. You know, they know how to bully us, especially in the midfield where we're a bit light. But with Tuchel's tactics and you know the keep ball that he plays, it could be a very, very difficult game for them. I really think so. You know, they don't quite have the quality man for man, and we've got to make it count when we play.
Yeah, and they don't score that many goals, do they? If we can keep Antonio quiet, then yeah. I'll have to see Zuma up against Antonio because of physicality. He handled him physically at Stamford Bridge. You remember when we played at Stamford Bridge, Zuma just had him in his pocket for that game. I think when we played Christensen and Christensen and Rudiger, when we got big 3-2 last season, he absolutely bullied those two. Especially, I think they had him on Christensen and he destroyed him that day. So I think if we have Zuma in there, I think it'll be a difference. Daniel, mate, welcome to the stream.
How's everyone all right?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, it could be better, but with Chelsea and we move on.
Yeah. So we're just discussing top four. So we're looking at our chances and the teams around us as well, and looking at their fixtures and just seeing who's got the more difficult on paper. Because we know, West Brom. We thought, had we been talking about this last week, we'd have been talking about 3 points against West Brom. So football doesn't always happen like that. But so I just get the people's opinion on the West Ham game. So what's your opinion on the West Ham game? Do you think we can beat them this season?
Yeah, West Ham is a bit of our bogey team as well, like West Brom. But we'll see what happens. I can't really say nothing now. I'm not as confident as I used to be.
That's what one defeat does, doesn't it? Yeah, you get one defeat. Beginning the same under Lampard. When we're winning all these games with Lampard, it was like no one's going to beat us. Then we got beat to Everton, and then that sowed a bit of doubt in our mind, and then we went on that horrible run.
It's not just because of one defeat, because I was expecting the defeat to come sooner or later, but it's the way we lost.
It was the manner of the defeat, and how the players reacted after going 2-1 down. Yeah, so they need to pick themselves up really quickly. Yeah, is Tyrone back? Tyrone, you back? Or...
Yeah, I was always here, but you said everything first, so that's why.
Okay, yeah.
West Ham is a game that I don't know why it doesn't even matter our form before that game. We don't always lose, but our performance just drops. It happened last season, and that game was very close. It ended 3-2, and I don't know. When it comes on to West Ham, I really wanted them to go down last season, but they didn't. They just remind me of that Bournemouth and West Brom and teams like that. They just always get a result.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad West Brom are getting relegated this season, hopefully, because they've been our bogey team for years. And I think, as Bobby, you'll probably know this. I think they're responsible for getting 3 of our managers sacked. Because after away defeats against West Brom, I think we sacked 3 managers.
Yeah. I think that was the game that
Di Matteo got sacked in that one.
Yeah.
I think AVB got sacked.
Yeah.
I think there's another manager as well. He got sacked after West Brom, after losing to West Brom. Can't remember who it was now. Yeah, and my neighbour gloated to me this morning. He was a West Brom season ticket holder, so that wasn't great.
I'll take. Was it Conte? It might be. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, Conte left at the end of the season, didn't they?
How did he?
Yeah. Remember, we tried to get rid of him. We couldn't get rid of Conte.
Was it Mourinho? I'm sure Mourinho got sacked one time.
He lost to Leicester. I think there was the Leicester game that he got.
Oh,
yeah, so we've got Leicester and West Brom, I think. It may just be two, actually. Could be two. But twice against Leicester as well, wasn't it? Mourinho and Lampard got sacked after defeats against Leicester.
Similar
both
result.
of them were 2-0 as well. Yeah.
No, it was 2. One was 2-1. But Lampard's one was 2-0.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if we carry on, so let's have a look at the other fixtures. So
Liverpool's, I think they have the easiest running.
Yeah, Liverpool got a quite easy run in here. Why can't I get? Where's my fixtures gone? I had the fixtures up. Bear with me, guys. I just don't know what I've done with my fixtures.
So look at Liverpool and West Ham because they're the closest. Oh yeah, and Tottenham.
Yeah, and Tottenham as well. Can you still see my screen, guys? For some reason, my fixtures have dropped off for some reason. Oh, here it is. Can you see it? Is it still sharing my screen?
Yes, it's sharing it. Yeah, but
oh right, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we discussed that one. Liverpool should beat Newcastle, really, shouldn't they? Newcastle. Having said that, they got Joe Linton scored against Tottenham. That was a surprise.
Yeah, that was, and he did well. He did well, to be fair.
Yeah, at 1 minute we were actually 5th, and I thought, okay, that's it. There's no way Newcastle are coming back. And then an Arsenal player of all things scored the equaliser. So I expect a lot of the Arsenal fans enjoyed it as much as Chelsea fans. So
Liverpool drew 0-0 last time to Newcastle.
They did, didn't they? Yeah. I can't see them doing it again. I think Liverpool coming back to a little bit of form at the moment. So we've got Leicester against Crystal Palace. Leicester should really be winning that game, I think. I can't see anyone. I can't see
Palace were very good against the top 6 because I consider Leicester top 6 now.
Yeah, but I think Leicester would have too much for them in that particular game. So we move on to the 1st of May now. So we've got fixtures. Chelsea against Fulham. That's going to be difficult. And the reason, Fulham are West London derby, and they'll always raise their game in that one because they see that as their biggest match. They see it bigger than Chelsea see it. And they will, especially if they're still fighting for their lives. So, and they're not a bad side, actually. I like the way that they play football.
Max, we're talking like, we're talking like we're scared of everybody. This is the Premier League. They're all good teams, and we've got to come up against them. I mean, there is no reason for Chelsea not to turn over any of these teams. Let's forget what happened with West Brom. There are all sorts of... I personally feel a lot of things conspired against us for this West Brom game. We all felt it. We all knew it was coming, and it's come. Now, if we continue on this line and people like Jorginho continue being the drip he was when Lampard was here, then, okay, we've got every reason to be scared. But if we just get back on the horse, as we had done before the international break, we've got nothing to worry. We should beat these teams, especially with what's at stake.
Yeah, I agree with you. On paper, they're all winnable games. Had Silva not got sent off yesterday on Saturday, we're looking at a comfortable win. Definitely, that sending off and the fact that even if West Brom didn't score just before half time and we went in at 1-0, even then I think we could have probably scraped the win.
He shouldn't have played. You could see he was lackluster because he just didn't know what he was doing.
Who's that?
Silva hasn't played in 10. Is it 10 games?
I wouldn't have played him. In hindsight, I wouldn't have played him. I'd have brought him on for the last half an hour. If we were like 2-0 up or whatever, just give him a bit of game time, rather than start him.
Exactly. You should have come off the bench.
So you can blame the manager just because people like Tuchel better than Lampard, as they say.
Yeah,
but he was at fault though. He was at fault for the results. You don't lose 5-2 without the manager having some blame So,
yeah, he has to take some of the blame. He has to.
He did, and he did too. He
Yeah,
did. So.
yeah.
He shouldn't have
And
played Pulisic. Probably shouldn't have played Silva.
Pulisic wasn't the wrong choice, to be fair.
Yeah.
Pulisic, I give up on. He gets bloody injured running on the pitch after half time.
I know, that's ridiculous. Yeah. I was speaking to my West Bromwich Albion supporter a couple of hours ago, and he made a good point. He said that what Tuchel's done, he's underestimated the league, and he's got to learn fast because when he was in the Bundesliga, as you know, and you get that in La Liga as well, you only have to play at your maximum in about 5 of those matches. You could afford maybe to play a B second string team against a team who's in the bottom third of the table and get away with it and get a result. But in the Premier League, especially when you've got a team who's fighting for their lives, you have to, you have to treat them with a bit of respect. And I thought he thought, okay, this team I can put out today is going to be good enough to beat West Bromwich Albion.
That is exactly it, because that's what he said in the post. Because he said that he didn't expect it. So he was caught off guard at that. Yeah.
Before we carry on, there's a question by Fuya. So it says, do you think City and Liverpool have done massive mistakes by putting full-term teams knowing they have champions? No. You have to,
City are fine. Man City are fine. Liverpool probably not.
Man City didn't anyway because there was no Stones.
There was no Gundogan.
No Stones, no
He wasn't even in the squad. Yeah, Gundogan wasn't. And Cancelo didn't play neither. So Man City didn't
start. So yeah.
But I always believe when what's his name said the right things, although he didn't do it. Because when Tuchel first came, he says he's only thinking about the game which is ahead of us. He's thinking about the game, the next game, rather than the game that's ahead of us. So what he was doing, he had one eye on the Porto game with the side that he put.
That was the wrong idea.
Yeah, for me, play your strongest, no matter who it is. Play a strong team who you think is going to get the points against West Bromwich, and forget about the Porto game until after the West Brom game's finished.
The reason why I said it
that as of today, we are fighting the teams below us.
Oh, sorry, let's go.
Oh, that's the City ahead of us. Then again, I understand what it means. Yeah.
That's what I don't underestimate any of the teams like fighting for relegation, like because they could turn up and win that game.
Exactly. You really want to play teams with nothing to play for, don't you? But even last season, remember when we played Crystal Palace when they couldn't get any lower, any higher, and had it not been for Kepa having one of his rare games where he actually made a save, then we'd have lost that game.
That was that.
Drawn that game. It was a brilliant save. Remember that one right at the end?
I think that's safe.
It was a good save.
Yeah, it's a fantastic save, wasn't it? Yeah.
And Zuma's last minute tackle as well.
God. Would anybody want to try Reece James as a CDM? Because I just feel that player can play the CDM role perfectly.
Yeah, he played it at Wigan.
Wigan.
My only thing about Reece James at the moment, and I think it's maybe to do with youth, is sometimes he switches off in games. I've seen him do that a couple of times in the right back position. Who was it against? Was it Arsenal? Where when we conceded that penalty against them, where he switched off for 1 minute, 1 second, and he came back and he conceded a foul against Turney, wasn't it? Yeah.
I don't think that was a foul though, because he flicks his foot backwards and then.
I don't think it was. He bought that one.
It is what it is.
Again,
but is it more dangerous for him to switch off as a right back or as a CDM with someone like Thiago Silva shouting behind him?
I was switch off as a CDM.
Yeah. If you saw it yesterday,
on the goal.
Did anyone see that video that went viral about Kovacic? Yeah, because he switched off for a second. He wasn't even running back for that. Was it the third goal? Was it they scored?
He switched off for like 3 of the goals. Apparently, that's
but I'm not sure if you've seen that, Bobby, where he didn't even run back. He just stood still as runners were running past him, and he just stood there. Not once did he move, and they scored from it. Kovacic, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably knackered trying to cover up for Jorginho. That's what it was.
Yeah, but the goals after that, Jorginho was off the pitch.
Yeah, Jorginho's. Yeah, he was more glaring.
70 minutes, didn't he? So he was.
Yeah.
Even with Jorginho, I thought he was injured. I wasn't expecting him to play.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe he was carrying something. I know definitely we're very thin in midfield for sure.
Yeah. But the disappointing thing
have no choice but to play Billy Gilmore.
That's the thing. The disappointing thing for me is that Gilmore could have gone out on loan and gained some valuable experience on loan, but he said no. He's going to have games. This is a game where Gilmore should have been trusted in because he didn't go on international break. He was fit. And then rather than playing a half fit Jorginho, who we thought was half fit anyway, and the knackered Kovacic. Okay, we had to play one of them because Kante was injured. This is a game. Put Gilmore in. Trust Gilmore. If he's going to be staying in the squad, trust him. If you can't trust him in matches like this, what's the point of keeping him in the first place?
I think you're right. I mean, it's clear, Tuchel, of all the games he's had since he started at Chelsea, this is his howler, isn't it? He made some mistakes here for sure. Whether he underestimated West Brom or not, I think is debatable. I think he played with what he had or what he felt he had. And I think he picked a few wrong uns there. You're right. Gilmore should have been played because basically he had nothing else. So why not play him? But there you go. It's done.
I'm saying he needs to win all these next few games because look at the fixtures on there. Liverpool got Man United, Everton got Villa.
So this next set of fixtures. So Burnley, the battle of the Claret and Blues, you got Burnley against West Brom. Burnley always a tricky side to play against.
West Ham, innit?
Burnley are a team, with Sam Dyche never lets this. Obviously, they've had a couple of howlers this season, but I think after a bad result, didn't they get a decent result after that? I can't remember. They got thrashed once, and then they went into it. Was it Leicester where they got a point? I can't remember who it was against. Yeah. So, or did they get all 3 points? I can't remember that. I think it was a point. They got a point. That's right. And that was after getting beat, wasn't it? Thrashed by Tottenham, I think it was. So I love the way that he manages his side because even if they haven't got anything to play for, he still makes sure they maintain the same standards. So that'll be a difficult game for West Ham, I think, against Burnley.
Sometimes it's a must-win next week as well because Tottenham have got Man United, so that'll help us a bit.
That's right. Yeah. Man U, Liverpool. Man U, hopefully they don't take their foot off the pedal because
they hate playing. They hate Liverpool.
That's it. That's the Liverpool, and that's the tailor-made game for Man U, as was the Man City game, where they can just sit back, hit them on the break. So we're going to be Man U supporters for the day. As I said, Manchester United are as good as qualified.
That's what I'm saying. Don't look at the teams above us anymore because they're just too far ahead. Look at the teams down low.
But we're coming back. We're coming to Leicester soon.
I'm just saying, don't look at Man United. Look at Leicester.
Yeah. So Southampton, Leicester. So that's probably again. We don't know you're getting with Southampton, do you? You may get the Southampton who gets beat 7-2. Remember but actually Southampton have got a score to settle against Leicester. That's because remember 9-0 was it 9-0 at home. So they'll be thinking about that and thinking, you know what, we're not going to want to get embarrassed like that again. So that may work out good for us because they may want to,
didn't they
something
already
back on that one.
I think they already did it. I think last season they got revenge and they won 2-1 against Leicester. So
but again, they'll want a strong performance against them. I think so. I'm hoping. Spurs, Sheffield United already down, so Spurs should win that one with ease, I think. So that's even more vital. Why we need to beat Fulham because that one, that's Spurs are going to be. I can't remember what the fixtures were before. Whether Spurs would have lost ground on us. As I said, we'll revisit all the fixtures again just before the end and just do a points tally of what we think this is going to be. So if we look at the week after that one now, that's the one where we're hoping that Manchester City would have already won the league by then. And we're hoping that they're still in the Champions League, maybe, and they've got difficult. Is it Tyra? You know the Champions League fixtures. That week, is that this week? The Champions League fixtures?
PSG, and we've got.
If we win,
No,
then we'll have Champions.
Isn't that the second leg? No.
Is this the second leg? The week after? Is it?
That's the second leg of the semi-final.
Hold on.
So when's the second leg?
That's the week of the semi-finals.
That's the week of the semis.
Yeah, we could both be having big games.
Yeah, so what we're hoping, though, is that Man City will have already won the league. And if they've already won the league, they've never won the Champions League before, and they'll really want to be going all out for that. And if they're playing sort of PSG or Bayern, the hope is that they'll be losing 1 or 2-0 already. So they'll need to put in a big performance in that game in the second leg to get through.
My dream final is PSG, Chelsea, and then we beat them.
Yeah. So I'm just putting all these hopes and wishes, so that's Man City. Yeah, so I think because if you look at psychologically, and you saw that with Liverpool last season, although not against us, but mind you, it was Kepa in goal, and they had 5 shots and 5 goals. But sorry, I won't do any more Kepa knocking after this. That's it.
Yeah.
But
4-0 to Man City. That was the one you're on about. They won the league.
Yeah. So I think that's it. So I think if Man City have already won the league, they're going to kind of put all their eggs in that Champions League basket, and the intensity is going to drop, I think, in the Premier League because there's no records to go for this season, like unbeaten runs or top goal points or anything like that. So there's no real incentive. So I'm hoping that we'll be going into that game a lot more determined than what Manchester City may be for that game. Because Leeds against Spurs.
You know, I'm not. I mean, at the moment, I'm just praying that we can survive Porto on Wednesday. So you know, I'm not counting my chickens, but I do dream, and somehow in that dream, I can't unimagine a Man City Chelsea Champions League final. I think that will be very, very, very tasty. And I think Pep might have the shock of his life because we owe him in a final. And nothing could be more painful for them than a Champions League final, especially if we do them in the FA Cup semis as well. But there's so many ifs and buts. But, you know, if we do that to them, they will never forgive us. They'll probably go and spend about 500 million making sure we don't get Haaland.
Trying to get Haaland, yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't. Yeah, if Man City get to the final, that would be a big achievement, the way I see it. But I don't expect them to win. Honestly, I don't expect them to just get to the final and just win. So, yeah,
that's. I have a feeling that it will not be the way we think it is. It's May 4. It's May 4. The second leg of the semi-finals is on May 4.
Oh, it's the week before.
Yeah, and the first leg is April 27.
Yeah, so I'll go out. I'll probably go out. Okay. So that'll be good.
Anyway, if depending on it all depends because if Man City are in the final, they're going to be the first time ever. So they'll probably and if they lose, they'll be devastated. So either way, we'll play them at the right time. I think because I think the league would be sewn up by then. Anyone confident that we can get a result against Man City? And the way we play, actually, no, I think the way we play, I'm not confident about playing Man City. I am like the likes of the West Broms and teams like that because the way that the way that Tuchel set us up, we will be we don't give a lot of spaces away, and the likes of your Werner's, this is where they'll excel. Because if you think Werner's best game this season is arguably being when we beat Liverpool 1-0. At Anfield when he had space in behind.
That goal.
Yeah, assuming the last match was a huge blip or a huge anomaly. Yeah, I think we have a very good chance to get a result because we beat them last season. Obviously, it wasn't at the Etihad, but we also played very well at the Etihad last season. So if we turn up, if we play our best game, we have a chance. We have a good chance.
That game has a 2-1 not written all over it.
2-1 to who?
It has a 2-1 written over it. I'm not saying who, but it has a 2-1 written all over it.
That's not to who for.
When do you think Tuchel's gonna bench Werner and play Tammy?
I think Tammy's
scores a goal. If he scores a goal,
I think Tammy's
I actually think there's something bigger going on with the Tammy situation.
Yeah, it does.
It reminds me. It reminds me of the Tomori Lampard situation when, for some reason, Tomori was all of a sudden out of the team. Because he keeps saying that he's injured or he's this or he's that or he's not picked. What is it's not for form.
It can't be. It can't be that Tammy's injured though, because there's videos of him in training.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think something's gone on between the two. Either that, or we've already lined up a sale for him for next season, and they don't want to get him injured. I don't know. Remember what we did with Sturridge a few years ago?
Oh my God!
Where we did not play him for ages. That's because we'd already lined up a deal with him for Liverpool, and we didn't want to risk the injury.
Sturridge always was injured. You know, he
was a bit injury
prone.
One
of the most injury prone.
Yeah, he's similar to Pulisic now, isn't he? But what I'm saying is, we didn't play him for ages, and they came up with that same line about him being injured and this and this, and so that's why I'm thinking there's something deeper.
Yeah, I didn't buy that. To be fair, I didn't buy that.
Yeah, I think Tammy might have played the least. Like, I think Emerson might have played more games than Tammy, more minutes.
No.
So.
Yeah. Emerson
on the Tuchel. Really? I think really. Actually, yes.
Check.
Yes. Because he played against Emery. He played against Barnsley. He played against Sheffield United, I think.
Yeah.
He got a few minutes against Atletico. Oh my gosh! Emerson actually got more minutes. Wow!
Goal scorer back to back. He's on the bed.
That's right. He's on. Yeah, he's still our top goal scorer, isn't he? This season.
Jorginho with 6 penalties. Yeah, he scored 6 penalties.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's sad. That is really sad.
Yeah.
Those are the top goal scorers are Mason Mount, Jorginho, and Abraham, tied on 6.
On 6. That's where our problem lies this season.
Certainly.
And that's why we need a goal scorer.
I don't believe Werner's on 5. In the league.
I know.
5.
At this point, I'll take Robinson at this point. Robinson, what do you think about it?
Get him and loan him out to Belgium.
Our top goal scorers on 6. Robinson scored 5 against us in 2 games. Let that sink in.
Oh boy, gosh. Get him and loan him out to Belgium. Belgian team.
I said in my video, we get him a McGoldrick and just loan them out. At least we won't have them playing against us. Yeah. Liverpool, Southampton that day. Liverpool should beat Southampton. No, Liverpool.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, on paper.
Yeah, on paper. On paper, we should be beating every team. On paper, we should be winning every team. We're going to face up to Man City and Leicester City.
Yeah, but having said that as well, haven't Liverpool won their last 2 away games? Are they still? Was it away against Wolves? Wasn't it the other day? Yeah, it was away against Wolves. And
it was.
And it was away in their last game as well. So they still haven't. They still haven't won.
2 clean sheets as well.
Yeah, they haven't won at Anfield, have they?
No, they
haven't.
Yeah, in the Premier League, no.
In the Premier League at Anfield, so maybe it's Anfield where the problem is. So you never know.
No, that's so sad.
So Leicester, Newcastle again. All these games, as I said, on paper you think Leicester, but if Newcastle and Fulham are battling it out for relegation, then that again that makes it a difficult game for Leicester.
Yeah, for Newcastle though, I don't know. It's probably they could probably snatch a point, because I realize I think the manager is starting to change things up, because he started using different formations.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
And he's not being like this before. At the beginning of the season, he got what he deserved.
Yeah.
He was playing very defensive, pragmatic football and not doing anything. But even when they played against us, you should see a different mindset, because against us, they were playing more of a pressing game rather than the low block game. And they did a lot better against us. I thought they made it a more difficult game than if they were very passive. Exactly. And this game here, West Ham Everton, obviously something's got to give. As if both of them are still in contention. So that's another one. That's where something's got to give. So interesting.
Wow.
So if we move on now to the 11th and 12th, Brighton West Ham. Brighton play West Ham, so that's and then Man U Leicester. All depends whether two variables for this one, two things with Manchester United. If Manchester United are in the Europa League final and they've already qualified for Champions League football, then this may not be as difficult for Leicester.
And our fixtures are hard. That's why I said we have to win every game.
That's what I'm saying. And this is no matter what, no matter how rubbish Arsenal are or where they are in the table, when they play against Chelsea, then they always going to be giving it their all for us. And nothing would please them better than to stop us from making top four. So, and their supporters, they'll be unbearable if that happens. So we need to perform better than we did at the Emirates, where we were shocking that day. I remember that game. Arsenal were on a run where they hadn't won a game in 7 matches or something like that. So then we came into that game and we just made them look like
in a month.
We make records. We make records. We lose games and we make records. West Brom haven't scored in so long, and they come to Stamford Bridge and they score
5. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you think Tuchel's more focused on Champions League than top 4?
I mean, that's the only thing he hasn't won.
I hope not. We can't be putting all our eggs into one basket.
Yeah,
we cannot.
I'm trying to get in his head, but that's hard to do. You can't get in someone's head, can you?
Yeah. That would be very naive and silly if he's trying to do that. I think it's dangerous. Yeah. So Spurs Wolves. Will Spurs still be in at this stage, or would they be out of it by now? I don't know. But
5th.
We'll see. Yeah.
I think as long as I would say we have to be like 5 points ahead of them with 2 games left. But we have to have the better goal difference.
Yeah. And this is where it starts to get interesting, especially for Leicester. Because Chelsea-Leicester, that may be a game where we, if results, if we win our games, if we're going toe-to-toe with Leicester and don't go too far behind them, then we can find ourselves either ahead at this stage or maybe 2 points behind at this stage. So to beat against Leicester, that's going to be a big 6-pointer, that game.
This is why games like Palace, Brighton, Fulham, those are must-win games.
Exactly. We can't.
Those games.
Yeah.
The games against Arsenal and Leicester are going to be quite competitive. Although there's no way we're losing to Arsenal, sorry, it ain't happening.
And we can't let Leicester go too far ahead. 8 points is nothing. 5 is the most at this stage of the season that we can give them. Yes, so we need to drag them back in because I agree with what Daniel was saying. Actually, I'm looking at Liverpool's fixtures here, and apart from the Man U fixture that we've seen, all the other Liverpool fixtures on paper, as I keep saying on paper, are winnable games for them.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise, eh?
Yeah. And then Everton play Wolves that week.
Sunday, we've got the hardest fixtures, so we need to focus. I think we need to focus on third and
yeah.
That was.
And Spurs Villa.
I'll check Leicester's fixtures because I think West Ham, Southampton, West Brom, Palace, Southampton again. Where's Southampton? Oh yeah, FA Cup in it. Southampton, Leicester.
Yeah,
Newcastle, Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham. That's 3 games they've got.
That's what I'm saying. So and then they play Spurs. So that is massive. So the last 3 games for Leicester, especially if they are in a position where they're not guaranteed top 4s yet, then they'll psychologically for Leicester, because they missed out last season, and I think if they are close. I remember last season they missed out on the last game of the season. It was out of us, them, and Manchester United, and they were the ones who missed out. And I think back of their mind they're going to be thinking of that again. I just think that they'll falter with those 3 fixtures. So this could be interesting because
our first 4 games are the easiest. Our last 4 are the hardest. So
yeah. Villa, I think by then would have still a decent side, but by then I think Villa probably wouldn't have anything to play for. I can't see them in the top 4 positions. This Leicester Spurs game and the Chelsea Villa game may be similar to what happened last season, but swap Spurs for Manchester United. So it could be Leicester, Spurs, and Chelsea for 4th space if Liverpool win most of their games. And so this could be a similar situation where Chelsea are in 4. Go on.
I'm just worried about the midfield at Chelsea. Is Kante going to be fit? That's the one area of the pitch that we don't have enough to rotate. And if we are progressing in all the competitions we're in, these players are all going to have to be fit and they're all going to be overworked. And midfield is just too thin. That's why I keep saying we need to move Reece James into CDM. He's got to play a couple of games in that position because I don't think Jorginho Kovacic is enough. And, we're calling Jorginho Kovacic. That's assuming they're going to be fit right through to the end of the season.
True. They've played a lot of games, haven't they? They haven't been rotated.
So you've got Jorginho, Kovacic, Gilmour, and Kante, and play Reece James as CDM, like you said.
This shows that we barely have players in midfield. This just shows it.
We don't have players at all. We don't. I mean, we all know Gilmour, bless him. I'm a fan, but there's the experience factor. Now, if he's not playing Gilmour when he had no choice in a game like West Brom, well, what chance are we going to see him in other games to come?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we need to. He has to start having faith in Gilmour.
That's what I'm saying. You should have got known Barkley or Loftus-Cheek out. I know we don't like him, but at least we had strength in numbers then.
The thing as well.
I like Loftus-Cheek. I just think obviously he wasn't fit enough. I do like him.
The thing
I do like Loftus-Cheek.
How can you not like Loftus-Cheek? What has he done?
Of course,
I like Loftus-Cheek.
He needed match fitness again after a bad injury, so he had to go on loan. It's the Barkley one that I'm confused about. He didn't have to go on loan, and he would have been playing if he was here. So that
he would have got minutes. He would have got minutes.
Yeah,
I think it's because Villa wanted him on loan and then pay us 13 million to loan him.
Yeah, they're watching the money. Chelsea watching the money.
For what?
Yeah, I think, but
because that's what we do with our loan system. We get money from him.
Yeah.
Here's another one though. Sorry, Eric. No, Eric, you talked, and I'll just put my.
I just wanted to quickly say, it also looks like we don't have enough midfielders because obviously Havertz is playing as a number 9, so he's playing much higher up, and Tuchel doesn't want to play Mount, deeper, so that's part of it. So,
Well, Mount is another player that's played so many games. I'm just hoping we can have him till the end of the season. He's another one. He's played game in, game out. I worry sometimes.
Yeah, but he's a fit lad, isn't he? He's quite fit.
He is. Well, we're blessed with that.
Always, man. Always.
And you know what? There's because myself and Daniel were on the football EPL football show. I think it was.
Let's talk EPL. Yeah.
Let's talk EPL on Friday, and what's the host's name?
Niall.
Sorry, yeah. So what he was saying is he asked us this question. I'm going to ask you guys this question: Mason Mount as a 6 as a DM.
Ooh.
He can play. He can play, but it's a waste of player.
No,
I don't think he's good enough.
No. I'll tell you what, guys. At this rate, with the midfield we have, you don't be surprised if you don't see Mount and Havertz being brought further back in midfield, because we may not have a choice. You know, it's a waste of a player, but we don't have the personnel unless they're not fit.
Yeah. At the time when I asked the question, I said I see him as an 8. But I was thinking about it again over the weekend. I'm thinking, depending on the opposition, and if you're playing a side who has got no intention of attacking, then maybe him as a 6 can be something, because at least it will give you something more as of a goal threat as well, because our 6s don't offer us anything going forward in like creativity, assists.
Don't try it against Man City, Leicester.
No, against those. But against the side, he's just going to sit back and say, you know, just see what you got in attack, guys. So maybe it would work. Yeah, and in that way we can then put in another. We could play probably a Havertz, a Ziyech, and Hudson-Odoi thing, and you never know. Yeah, because and what we need as well, because it may boil down to goal difference. And the thing is, we haven't scored more than 2 goals under Tuchel all season, or 2-0. You know, we've had 2-0 wins, and even Tottenham now, where we were at one stage, we had a better goal difference than Tottenham. At Tottenham held on to that result against Newcastle, then all of a sudden they'd have been ahead of us on goal difference.
Yeah, and I was worried about that.
Yeah, and what I don't want is can you imagine missing out on goal difference?
Oh, yes.
If we miss out on 1 or 2 points, then if we miss out on goal difference, then that would just be heartbreaking for me. So we need to improve in scoring goals. We can't just get by with 1-0, 2-0 at this point of the season. We have to somehow, somewhere, find a couple of games where we can get some big scores in.
I have a question. Do you think that it's the way that the players are set up, really, because it allows you to have to play some players at, like, for example, Callum, he's utilized as a right wing back at times, and that kind of takes some of what he's good at out of his game, and he keeps having to go down the flanks and cross. So do you think that the way that the team is set up could also be a factor in the goals not being, a lot?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And for me, I understand what he was doing with the 3 at the back, because he needed to give protection to the likes of Jorginho and Kovacic. But I just think there's certain games where, probably even against the West Brom, in hindsight, did we really need to go in with a back 5 against a team like West Brom?
No.
You know, are going to be just sitting back. Sometimes I think when we play against those teams, let's just be braver and go 4-3-3 in those games, rather than having a back 5. I said before, it works against the big teams who come at you. It works like a dream, because we can just suck them in and hit them. But against these other low block teams, if you look at Tuchel's matches with the low block teams, like when Wolves played the low block, even Southampton played the low block, we struggled to break them down with a 5 at the back.
Yeah.
It's what worries me against Porto, because Porto are like, they've got a defense and a midfield like Southampton and a forward line like Spurs, and that's going to be tricky. They're very physical. They play a low block. They counter attack. They're going to be a tricky side. They've got a dirty geezer called Pepe at the back. It's going to be interesting. It really is. We have to be
it's not a give me like some of our fans are saying. It's not. We just really
Pepe's questionable.
Is he?
Yeah, Pepe's questionable. It says on the score up thing.
If he's out, then that would be advantage Chelsea, big advantage.
Well, they've got another couple of defenders back there.
Do you think that Sarr is being saved for Chelsea because because Pepe played that game, the game that they played and they won in their league? So do you think that Sarr is probably being rested for Chelsea?
It's possible. They do that in Portugal, don't they?
Yeah.
They do allow their teams to prepare for Champions League games. They prioritise it a lot. So it's possible to have rested him.
This question, I just want to address this question by Samurai. Sorry, I didn't address it earlier. Striker, midfield, or wing? Which part needs a proper recruitment and why? A striker for me is I think probably it's hard. I think midfield. I'll go for a great creative, not creative, a destroyer, midfield destroyer who can also play the killer pass as well. I think if we get somebody in like that, because someone needs to feed the attack line. Striker, because we're not putting our chances away. Yeah, I'll go for I don't know whether it's a striker or midfield first. If we can get a killer striker, like a Haaland or a Lukaku, then I'll put that as a priority. And then I'll put a midfielder.
What do you think that Brazilian midfielder are after?
Yeah,
Gabriel.
There's some conflicting stories. Yeah. Because I heard that from a Brazilian guy that we had signed it and sealed it, but then
Romano said
Romano sort of rubbish.
There's nothing there. And then
somebody else came back
and said it's actually true.
And said it is. So we'll see to it because we always trust Romano. But when you look, this guy is a Brazilian correspondent and he's from the Fluminense. And so he's probably more in tune with what's going on there than Romano.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Romano has got things wrong in the past as well. So he's not the gospel when it comes to it.
I think
got the umbrella wrong.
A midfield enforcer is as important for Chelsea in the summer as a good striker. We need both.
Yeah, I think. I think we do. That's what I said. We do.
Especially if you're going to go for Haaland, because Haaland needs that person that would do those passes. Because you need to create those chances for him. Because he didn't score. He didn't score for Norway, and I wonder why.
Does anybody know?
I think Tuchel wants to play a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1, and a 5 at the back. I think not all the time.
Yeah, he's got to be flexible. Yeah, he was flexible. He has got flexible formations because he's done.
But he thinks he don't have the personnel to do all that. That's why he didn't change them.
Yeah.
Like he's already fought.
Apparently, Pulisic getting injured kind of messed up his plans because he said that he was going to switch to, I think it was 4. What did he say? 4-4-1, something along those lines.
That's right, because Fing was going to come off, wasn't he? Werner was actually going to come off.
Yeah,
but then Pulisic got injured, and then he's stuck with him.
Does anybody know about?
Sorry, carry on. No, do you think that thing? Before I think it was before West Brom got Thiago Silva sent off. That one when Werner got in the box, he crosses the ball, and then after he goes in the back of studs him in the back of the foot. Do you think that was a penalty?
You know what? I think just before you came on, Daniel, I was saying, if the referee is going to be consistent, then he should give that as a penalty. Because if you look at if you look at the shot by the West Bromwich Albion player, he had already taken the shot, hadn't he? And then Silva did the foul after the shot had gone away.
Yeah, he was trying to block the ball.
He was trying to block the ball. Exactly. It wasn't.
What person goes into a tackle looking away? That makes no sense.
I know. He was trying to block the shot. His trailing leg that caught the West Bromwich defender after the shot had gone. So if you're applying that principle, then this guy should have got a card as well because he's caught Werner on the ankle after the ball has gone away. And the cross was made, but he's been challenged, so he's got to be given a penalty for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody know about this guy called Gabriel Menena? Does anybody know about him?
Menena, I've seen him.
Not Baggy. In the Brazilian league now.
DJ Stav knows about him.
He's meant to be box to box, isn't he? But he's not the actual midfield enforcer that we're looking for. I mean, he will help, but he's not. He's not the sort of Roy Keane type player that we need right now in the Chelsea midfield.
Yeah, the people are saying that some people are saying he's like Yaya Toure, and he's more of that Kante profile type player. And they said that about Bakayoko, so I kind of have my doubts.
Everyone's something. He's either Yaya, and then some other people said because he can play right back as well as central midfielder. I've heard Joshua Kimmich's name mentioned as well.
Yes, they compared him.
YouTube isn't a good.
Physically,
YouTube isn't a good.
Yaya Toure.
Yeah, YouTube is not a good barometer, obviously, because I can look good on YouTube. If I gave you 10 minutes clips of me playing football on a Sunday, I could look like Diego Maradona. Perhaps not, but, you get the gist. But what I've seen from him on YouTube, he's a strong tackler, a great passer. What I did like about him as well, which we haven't got a lot, especially in the number 6 role, is he knows how to shoot. He's one. If you look at some of YouTube clips, there was one 30-yard belt into the top corner that he did, and he's had a couple of, I think, about 4 or 5 goals I've seen from range. So he knows how to shoot from range. So that's good. I think going on to YouTube, if you're watching someone on YouTube, rather than watching the highlight reels, it's good to watch them. Sometimes people do YouTube matches where they'll do a highlights of the game that he's played, the 90 minutes, and the touches that he had over the 90 minutes. And even it shows you the mistakes as well. So I think that's a fairer barometer when you're judging a player on YouTube rather than having a look at the 8 minutes clips of them, doing all the little bits of skills, etc.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I've as I said, I think I think hopefully we can get this. But he's only 18, I think, as well.
Yeah.
And for the money that they're talking about, then it's worth the gamble.
It's not confirmed, but apparently it's going to happen. So let's just keep watching.
He'd rather go Chelsea than Tottenham.
Tottenham linked with him as well, then.
No, that was linked with him first, and then we got linked with him after.
Another Willian, then.
Yeah.
We could. What we can do is get Tottenham to take him over, do his medical for us, and then we'll just take him.
No, I think he really wants to come. He wants to come to a Premier League now. That. Didn't say this.
So, if we just quickly go through these fixtures really quickly again, because I just want to say, win or how many points do you think we'll get and the other teams, and we can then quickly work out if we're going to make top 4. So at the moment, there's 4 teams behind us, aren't there? 2 on 49 points. So 3 teams actually. So it's really tight between us and West Ham. Everton 46 games with 2 games in hand. So today's match, Everton Villa. No, so that's to be confirmed. Let's do Everton Villa. Everton for that one against Villa. I'd say a draw. If Grealish is back.
I say Villa win because if Grealish is back.
Anyone put Everton to win?
Yeah, Everton win.
Everton win. So if Everton do win that one, then they will be on 49 as well, like everyone else. So who takes us to beat Palace? Hopefully we'll bounce back against Crystal Palace. I can't see 2 bad results on the spin. Chelsea's win against Palace.
Remember my theory.
I had a 4-day game. After 4 days. Is it?
Yeah, it's just so strange, but it just seems accurate.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll win that one.
Yeah.
Spurs Man U. Say Man U win that one. So Spurs are out of the picture. All of a sudden, we go 5 points ahead of Spurs. If that happens,
I'll say
West Ham, Leicester, a draw. So, sorry, I forgot this one. I forgot these games. Before that, there's the 2 games today, isn't there?
Yeah.
West Ham versus Wolves.
I'm going
West Ham win.
I'm going with a draw. Actually, I think they'll draw.
West Ham don't usually win.
Wolves are winning. Wolves are winning 2-1. They're winning 2-1. I just feel it. I just feel a 2-1.
Wolves are one of the hardest teams to break down in the league.
I think so. Don't underestimate Wolves. I think they're decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't see West Ham win that. Let's give it a point then, because no one can make it. So let's say that they'll be on 50, so there'll be a point behind us, and then Everton to beat Palace, I reckon. Yeah.
Yes. That's
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they'll be on 49. And did we say the arranged game that they were going to draw that one or lose?
Yeah.
I said Everton win for that.
He said Everton win, and everyone else said draw, didn't they?
Yeah, so let's stick with a draw. So that'll put Everton on 49-50. Again, so them and West Ham will both be on 50 points.
Ooh. It just looks so terrible now.
Yeah.
It's just so hard. We put ourselves in a terrible position now.
Yeah, we have,
Yeah,
that's the game now, West Ham Leicester the week after.
Yeah, so this is a game we have to win because other teams around us are playing each other. So if Spurs lose, they're 5 points behind us. If Brighton, Everton,
I'm going to go draw.
I'll give Everton that game.
Brighton win.
Brighton win.
Brighton.
I'll go on and Brighton win.
What about you, Ty?
I'm doing it 1-1.
I was going to go with draw. Let's stick with a draw then.
Stick with a draw because you can't.
Yeah, so then that'll put Everton on 51, I think. We'll be on 54. Oh. But Everton have actually played so we'll be on 54. And so we'll be 3 points ahead of Everton. Yeah, so we'll be 3 points ahead of Everton then, if that's the case. And then Liverpool, where's Liverpool then? They not played that thing. Yeah, Liverpool would have beat Aston Villa. So Liverpool are still 2 points behind us.
I think Liverpool will draw to Villa.
And then, so that game, West Ham Leicester, we said a draw, didn't we? So then that'll put us. If we're on 54, Leicester would be on 57. With but with a better goal difference than us, because they. Yeah. It depends how much we beat Crystal Palace by.
That'd be so funny. It'd be so funny if we get battered 5-2 and then we batter a team 5-0. That'd be great. But I hate the way that everything I said that Chelsea should do, they do the opposite. I said that they should try to capitalize on the chances. Don't let it come down to last season again, where they have to wait until the end of the season to know if they'll make it. And then that's exactly what it looks like is going to happen. So it's just crazy.
So Liverpool, this would be Liverpool. We move out of the bottom. We move out of the top 4 when Liverpool beat Leeds. Everyone agrees that Liverpool beat Leeds.
I think Leeds might beat them.
Oh gosh, this is so unexpected. Oh god.
What about you?
Beat them last time. That's what I'm saying.
Liverpool gonna win that game.
What about you, Tyrone?
Yeah.
I think Daniel, you got your Chelsea hat on with these. You're being very optimistic. What do you think? I know Bobby doesn't do predictions. Bobby's not. Bobby, I know he doesn't like doing predictions.
No, I'm not a predictions man at all.
I know, that's why. I really do. That's why I'll get you out of this one.
All I'll say is that we're going to make top 4.
Okay. So let's say Liverpool win this one because I'm trying. So Liverpool then go ahead of us, but then I think we should beat Brighton really. So we go back ahead of Liverpool in that one. Spurs, Southampton. Spurs should win. Really?
Draw.
Spurs.
I'm gonna have to book that. I'm gonna have to book that off work then. 22nd of April. We play Brighton.
No, 20th.
20th of April. Play Brighton. Sorry.
Yeah. It's 8 o'clock kick-off, isn't it? Yeah. So, what are you going for Spurs, Southampton? Eric, you said a draw for that one. Anyone else?
Southampton will win.
And what about you, Ty?
Yeah, I think Southampton are winning.
Really? Anyway, I've been overruled then. I hope Southampton win. I would say the Tottenham will win. So if that was the case, then we'll just then move up to 7 points.
Chelsea stands backstage.
We'll be 8 points. We'll be 8 points ahead of them. Oh, Chelsea stand. Let's bring him in. Is he backstage?
Yes, backstage, yeah. I can't bring him in, can I? Because you're the host.
Right. What I'll have to do then, I'll have to remove.
I'll come off.
No, I'll remove the sharing. I'll just remove the sharing, and then I can talk about the things because the sharing for some reason is taking one of the spaces.
Right.
So let me remove that, and I'll put Chelsea stand on there. So let me go back to my screen now. We ain't going to see it on screen. Hey, Chelsea stand, how you doing, mate?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, we're just going.
Just,
No, it's fine. What we're doing, we're going through. We're just going through the list and just seeing what we think the scores are going to be. So I went with a consensus, although I did think Tottenham were going to win. So if that is the case, then we'll be 8 points ahead of Tottenham and probably knocking them out of the equation.
Is Gabriel Menino confirmed? That
Not
player?
yet. It depends who you believe. It depends what story you believe.
Right now.
Leicester, West Brom. Leicester win, yeah? Yeah.
Leicester win.
So Leicester will still be 3 points ahead of us.
I think West Brom might shock them, you know.
Nah.
West Brom. West Brom are going to do a shock.
No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
No, it's going to end 1-1.
I see it into the last game of the season to see who gets relegated.
I still think Leicester will be 3 points. I'm hoping you guys are right, but I still see Leicester 3. West Ham, Newcastle. I think Newcastle could have fight for their life. I'm going for a draw for that one.
I want them to go down.
No, that's why I'm going for a draw.
The two Manchester teams, they're gonna be first and second, and
yeah, we're not even.
We've already confirmed that.
We're not even including them in the discussion at the moment because we've taken them to be.
I think Leicester might not get Champions League. I think they might just lose a few games, and then Liverpool and us, we get
it's their last fixtures. You got to watch out for. So they're going to play us. I think they're going to play us, Man United, and Tottenham.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So West Ham, Newcastle. I say it's a draw.
Who? West Ham and Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah, I think Newcastle can do something in that game.
I've heard about Rice. He's out for a month.
Yeah, he's out for a month. Exactly. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Declan Rice out for a month. Did you hear that, Daniel?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he's out for a month. Yeah,
his body is now officially Rice.
I changed my mind. I
feel like West Ham will go downhill because
they're losing to who? Wolves. That's why I said that they probably won't beat Wolves.
Oh, love that! I'm watching that game.
So
I'm watching it anyway. My dad's a Wolves fan, so I'll be watching it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if Newcastle get something out of that, with West Ham, all of a sudden. West Ham are 3 points behind us at the moment, if that's the case. And we're 3 points behind Leicester. Tottenham are kind of out of the equation. And Everton, did we say Everton Spurs was going to be a draw? So that'll be Everton were about 3 points behind us-ish, I think it was. Leeds, Liverpool, you guys said, I said Liverpool to win and then us to beat Brighton. Spurs, you said it was a draw. And Leicester, West Brom. I said yes, they should win that.
Just put Leicester instead. I'll go.
Yeah. If we go for the next one, Liverpool, Newcastle, again.
I'll go draw again because they drew to them last time.
2-2.
Leicester, Newcastle.
Liverpool, Newcastle.
Yeah, that's Liverpool.
They're a funny old side, ain't they? Liverpool.
Yes, but Liverpool did beat Newcastle the last time. Everyone says Liverpool's going to win easy, and then they draw 0-0.
Yeah.
Because I think it's because like they've got Jota back, and that's why, and they've got Kabak with them and the defense and midfield.
Yeah, Jota's been
back. So I
think scoring goals for them.
I think he's going to be targeted every game, so that gives space for Salah and Mane.
Yeah.
That's if they do start.
I wish we went for him. We lost out Werner.
Oh no!
We were never going to get him anyway. He always wanted to go to Liverpool. It's his dream.
Yeah. You know what's so funny though?
Yeah, he would have been his dream anyway, but
it's funny though. It's funny though.
We lost a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this. So we can Liverpool, Newcastle. What were we saying?
I said draw, but everyone said Liverpool. I think.
Liverpool. I think. Yeah. West Ham, Chelsea.
3-1 win to Liverpool.
West Ham, Chelsea now.
2-0 Chelsea.
I reckon we can get a win.
3-2.
I reckon we can get a win.
3-2. That's not the same. It's not the same.
So we've kind of knocked West Ham out of the equation now. So they're kind of 5. If we win that game, we're 6 points ahead of them. So they're kind of out of it. Hopefully.
Do you think because we lost to West Brom? Do you think we will lose a lot more?
It depends how if we bounce back against.
It depends.
Hopefully we'll beat we'll get points against
I
everyone.
hope
And
I hope the what if the fight that happened is actually true. I hope that it is true, because we do need that little bit of controversy sometimes, because it puts people on at the edge of their seats, and it gives them that inner anger, and especially Rudiger. Rudiger looks like he's getting some new form of life.
What happened with
Fighting
Rudiger
everybody.
and Kepa?
Apparently Rudiger did some tackle, and Kepa pushed them, and then they got into some fight.
Yeah,
Then Rudiger got sent in.
Harry Reece James and Aspilicueta as well. So
they had a bit
Yeah,
of a knock.
that's. But why does Matlow always have some
What's happening
stories
in
every time we lose or
what's
something?
happening in this? I don't know. It's happening in Chelsea. I don't hear it anywhere else.
Yeah,
Why is this happening?
No. It's what you got to remember is whenever there's a defeat, all these negative stories come out about Chelsea.
Yeah, Matlow
always
always have them ready. It's like he has them in like some notes and just put them out.
When things are going good, and they don't worry about it. When something, a couple of defeats, all of a sudden, stories come out. So we just have to accept it as a club. It's always been like that. So let's get back. Arsenal Everton. I think Arsenal would win that one.
Where is Arsenal in the league?
They're about 10th.
10th or 9th?
Yeah.
they are 10th. They're back to where they belong. 10th.
So
It's time to go.
They were supposed to challenge for top four
Don't
this
say
season.
that right now. Don't say it's time to go right now.
Yeah. So we're 6 points. We're 6 points ahead of them. So at the moment, it's just Liverpool, Chelsea, and Leicester in the race. Leicester Palace. Leicester will win that one, won't they?
No.
Yeah, they'll be Palace. They'll be Palace.
I think that's going to be a draw.
It depends on what happens. It depends what
I don't know
happens.
why.
I
They
can
might
see all you guys have got your Chelsea hat on, man.
No, let's.
They always have a Chelsea hat on.
I think. No, but I think it's going to be a draw. To be serious.
Yeah,
I think
I see a draw. Actually,
I
see
see
a
a
draw.
draw as well.
What we talking about?
Last minute goal. Iniacho scores a last minute goal.
Oh yeah, draw. Yeah.
I'm going to overrule you guys and say Leicester for that one. And they're still 3 points ahead. Now, this is where I think Leicester are going to come a cropper against Southampton. For the reasons I mentioned last time, Southampton.
5-4.
5-4.
5-4. Where are you getting these results from, Tyrone?
Yeah, this is where I think they could get at least a point, because they or even a win, because
I say 2-0.
Yeah, the Southampton. Yeah, they're not going to want to repeat at a 9-0. Definitely.
How about 4-0?
Oh, that's Southampton. Sure.
And Chelsea should beat Fulham. Fulham will probably be down by then.
2-0.
Yeah, Chelsea beat Fulham.
Everton,
unless it's like that. Did you see when we played Fulham at the start? Did we not beat them 1-0?
Yeah, 1-0.
He's a Mo hero.
Man, 10 men.
Crucial goals according to our fans.
And where's what's that player's name that plays for them? I forgot.
Lifter's Jake.
No. We should be scared of him. But who else is that? He's not going to be able to play against us, is he?
Reed?
Oh no, I think you're talking about the one who used to play for Everton.
What's that one? He's Lookman. Yeah, Lookman. Yeah,
he's in danger, man.
We were thinking like he will get through us very in instant.
Yeah, he nearly scored the first time we played.
Yeah. But I think we should have too much for them. So at the moment, if we're level now with Leicester, but depending on our results, we may be above them or below them. So if they lose 2-0, we win 2-0. All of a sudden, we go above Leicester. And then Manchester United beat Liverpool, because I think Man United got the style to beat Liverpool. So we've made up a 4-point gap on Liverpool now, or 5. No, 4.
It was 4.
Yeah.
No, you have to think about Tottenham there.
No, Spurs are already out the occasion now. They're already 8 points behind us. They'll beat Sheffield United.
Spurs are only team that's out in the occasion now is Liverpool. I think everyone else is out.
And there's Everton as well.
Yeah, but we've discounted Everton. If we're going by the results that we've got, I think Everton will be 6. Everton and West Ham would now be 6 points behind us, and Spurs 8 points
Aston Villa have a few
Don't
games.
worry about Aston Villa. Aston Villa are out of it. We're not even mentioning Aston Villa. So
I'm not saying they're going to come closer to us, but they have a few games in hand. few
Don't
games
worry
in
about
hand.
them.
No, they're
No,
not
no.
catching. They're not catching. They're not catching anybody in the top 6.
All right, Leeds Spurs, a draw, I think.
Oh,
Spurs. I think
1-1.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be Leeds win.
I can't stand
yeah.
any of them, so I
Oh
don't want to
my
give them
gosh.
anything.
All right, Leicester to beat Newcastle, I think.
1-1.
I know
Yeah,
Newcastle
yeah.
are struggling, but I'll go for Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester.
Liverpool to beat Southampton, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I
2-1.
wouldn't
2-1.
say that.
2-1.
Okay.
2-1.
I think it's gonna be a
2-1.
draw.
And
Liverpool.
I say Man City to beat. Although I said that I think because Man City would probably won the league by then, but let's just say Man City beat Chelsea because let's not make it all Chelsea wins because that's just.
Oh
I'll
god.
say 1-1.
I'm saying draw. Yeah, draw.
I say a draw then. So Leicester then go back above us by 2 points.
I'm
Liverpool
gonna
are
say we
now
lose that match.
a point behind us, and
I
West
think we
Ham
might
play
lose
Everton
2-0.
anyway. So whatever happens in there, one it'll be mathematically impossible for one of those two to get top 4. And then Tottenham would have come back to 5 points behind us if those results are as they are. And then the next set of matches, West Brom will beat Liverpool. Liverpool will beat West Brom. Get revenge. Manchester United possibly beat Leicester. I think we will beat Arsenal this time after what happened.
Yeah.
And
Nah, I wouldn't say 3-0. I'd say like 2-0. I'd say 2-0, not 3-0.
1-0.
And Spurs to beat Wolves, probably. I know Wolves are difficult. I still speak Spurs. So it will be, again, because of what happens with Leicester, lose. Did I say Leicester were losing?
Who was the playing?
Man U, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we go back above Leicester, and we are already a point above Liverpool. We're a point now above Leicester.
Spurs the same. I feel like I played Leicester. So.
And then, this will be the key one. If we beat Leicester, then if we're a point above them, and when we beat them, we've eliminated them from top 4 because it's the second to last game of the season. So this could be a massive game potentially.
I don't think we'll beat them, but I think we'll draw.
Oh,
them.
come on.
No, I think we'll beat them.
I'm saying Chelsea win.
This is the different from when we were passive.
I can't really say right now. It's just ridiculous.
We were
Chelsea
awful
win,
against them. That's when the players stopped playing for Lampard.
No names. Don't call any names.
Yeah,
So Leicester still got to play Tottenham last game. That's why I said we'll beat them.
Yeah, so we'll beat Leicester. I think we'll beat Leicester. And if we beat Leicester, then we're in the top 4 then, guys. Yep. Burnley versus Liverpool.
I'll go 1-1.
Yeah.
Liverpool win.
2-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah.
2-1 Burnley.
Burnley
2-1
beaten at Anfield, so that's why I said 1-1.
2-1 Burnley.
3-1.
So realistically, we'll need to win. We've got 8 games left. Realistically, we'll need to win at least. I'll say 6.
Yeah.
I'll say 6. You know.
Yeah, 6.
With Leicester's running. With Leicester's running, I say if we win 6, including Leicester being one of the 6.
Yeah.
Then I think that should be enough.
Just don't lose games. That's all we need to do. And
I went. Didn't I go 5 wins and 2 draws? No.
18 on 19 points should be enough.
Yeah. So 6, provided we beat Leicester, and I think that'll do it. Yeah. So let's
Do you think we can win the Champions League this season?
Don't bring that up.
Green Turf thinks that. I would say he does because
Baggy thinks that.
Let's get past Porto.
I think we'll win
Let's
Champions
get past Porto.
We have a chance to win. I know we do.
Is that right, Tyrone?
Oh,
Tyrone, is that right?
Why are you putting words in my mouth? No. No.
He won't go anywhere.
We can win the Champions League. We can do it.
It's
Anyway,
possible, but let's not
He
take
knows
it.
what he's doing. It's just that sometimes he makes mistakes, and we saw against that some result that went out of plan, innit? So
Chelsea Stand. Have you been on Lewis's channel before then?
Who?
Lewis.
Carefully, Lewis, man.
Lewis G.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been on this channel. No.
I'm a
It's
mod on
someone
that
else.
channel, so
Someone else's
I don't know.
voice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's probably someone who sounds like you. then.
Chelsea stands so
He sounds like Ryan, doesn't he?
I tell you what, actually, talking about, I was on
Tiny bit.
I was on Monsters channel the other day, and who's that guy who always
The
comes
Mount
onto
guy,
our
is it?
channel?
Uh,
No,
Johnny?
who's the guy? No, the one who comes onto this channel as well, and he was talking. Who is he? That guy? I can't remember his name now. And
DJ
remember
was-
Tyrone when he first came on, and he was talking about
Oh,
Lampard needs to be. That's it. And Classic was on his channel as well.
You're
Classic.
good.
hearing it?
Oh, yeah.
Lukaku.
Lukaku.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh
word!
my
It was
God.
it was so funny because he was
It
talking
was
about
toxic.
pimping
Oh god.
pimping out his
Pimping his
sister or
sister.
something like that. Was it?
Yeah.
That's a very bizarre
like-
conversation.
Does Baggy have something got to do with Class of something?
No,
Baggy
Don't-
Fan TV on
Nah.
about.
no, don't let Baggy you say that.
You can't like Baggy. Baggy's the best. He's good too.
No,
Don't let Baggy hear you say that. He's linked with Classic.
I don't know what that Classic wants. I was just watching the stream, yeah, and I don't know. I forgot what he said, but he said something around Baggy something, and then what's called? I don't know what he said, but
I remember he said.
I remember it.
Oh.
He said.
I remember you said
Baggy,
Werner was
no.
playing like a midfielder. Like he was.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah,
say
yeah.
out loud though. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say out loud, so Baggy doesn't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the best midfielder.
Well, anyways, we just have to hope that we can
as well.
get top 4, and I know we can.
Listen, we can have, as I think he's gone now, but as Bobby said, you know, what we need to do, guys, just have confidence in our own team, you know, because we are I know that a defeat, because we lost to West Brom, and that's kind of knocked our confidence a bit, but let's hope that the Chelsea players, they show the right mentality to get back on the horse again and just play the same way. I'm not sure who was on when I first mentioned this stat. I don't think you were on the Chelsea stand. I don't think you were on neither, Daniel. But if you look at Frank Lampard's first 11 games this season, he got 33 points.
Same number of points.
And Tuchel, 11 games, 33 points. The next 8 games for Lampard, which got him the sack, was 7 points. 7 points we got in 8 games.
No.
So we can't be getting that again. So the next 8 points,
is that,
if we...
I'm not sure about that. Well, yeah, I think it's the same, but you said the first 11 matches or just Premier League or what?
The first Premier... No, I'm talking about Premier League.
So we won all our
Premier
games.
League.
Did we win all our matches?
No, not 33 points, sorry. 23. It's exactly the same. Sorry,
it's the same. Okay, yeah.
It wasn't 33, it was 20.
It could be 33 because we lost to Liverpool.
Sorry, it was 25 points. Or 20. No, I'm losing it now. Out of a possible 33.
18 games unbeaten.
Out of a possible 33, we got 20.
Well, we're not 18 games unbeaten.
22.
It might be 22, yeah, or something like that, yeah.
I'm sure you're unbeaten.
You're about Arsenal.
No. How long were we unbeaten under Frank Lampard?
18.
17 or 16.
17.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Well,
it was 18. Everyone was going 18 games unbeaten.
And there was Tottenham, and that time, there was Tottenham, there was Liverpool in there. Man City were 9th that time.
Yeah, because between the Liverpool and Everton games in the league, we went unbeaten.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how the season. I like how
it
the
was
season.
22. Yeah, it was 22. I'm looking at the tweet that I sent. It was 22 points. Both of them yielded 22 points out of a possible 33 in their first 11 games. Then Lampard's next 8 were 7. So I'm just hoping that Tuchel's next 8. That's where the hoping that's where the symmetry ends. Yeah, he only got 7 points from his next 8 games.
What?
That's what got him to sack. That's what got him to sack. Yeah.
Oh no!
Is that this season or?
This season,
that's not
only 2 games we won. We beat Fulham and we beat West Ham, and when we drew with Aston Villa, I believe, and then we lost the rest. We lost to Everton. We lost to Man City. We lost to Wolves.
Yeah,
And
Everton was the
what's the other
beginning.
game? Yes, Everton, Man City, Wolves, and Leicester. That's it. Those were the games that we lost.
That I did say, I joked about it and said that if Tuchel loses, does the same thing that Lampard did for the last 8 games, then he will get sacked.
Yeah,
and it looks like that could be the case.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is already very bad, honestly. Like you can't be considering 5 goals to anybody. This is already a very bad
say that quickly, because
situation.
Tuchel is
Brazilian.
experienced. The problem with Lampard is that he doesn't have that knowledge and experience. He was only at Derby for like one season, and it's not the same. Tuchel has been at different clubs and he's experienced. He's a tactical
you're right.
tactician.
You're right.
You know what? I'm not. Yeah, I'm just.
You
putting
can't
this,
say that.
I'm just putting this one down to a bad day in the office for this one. But we can't afford any more slip-ups like this. Otherwise, there's trouble. So let's just big match. Not only just the defeat, the manner of the defeats.
Yeah.
I
have more faith
where we aren't even like a lot of points like ahead of other teams that are behind us. We're like few points behind the team.
Yeah.
So,
Everyone's 2 points behind us, so we technically need everyone to lose today.
Exactly.
Something you know what I realized when I was watching the West Brom game, I realized I think Sam literally was analyzing every player. I think he analyzed every player because when Kai came on, he's like, Kai Havertz is on, mark him, but he was more. I think he's prepared for the game more than Tuchel did, because he's like any player that we brought on, he knew how dangerous they can be.
Yeah,
it's that we are all beaten as Havertz as a false 9.
Yeah, Allardyce had a masterclass. To be honest, I am.
I thought it was our own downfall, not a masterclass.
Yeah, exactly. But if you win 5-2, then it's easy to just say masterclass.
Oh no!
Which I'll still give him the masterclass thing because he still had to do his job. But anyway,
I
don't think
Burton fell off. Burton fell off.
Let's just keep talking until it comes back. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Come back on a few minutes. Just give a few minutes.
Max said earlier that we should have faith in the team, and they'll hopefully we'll get top four. But I don't have that much faith in this team. I think I have the most faith in Tuchel. I think that should be the difference maker. He'll just hopefully keep getting the best out of the team, and we'll get top four. So what do you guys think?
And what one thing I also realized that it is the case is it's not that it wasn't that the player, because remember we had players who were considered dead wood, and I think that because we went down to 10 men, that those frailties it started to show that they were being covered by the back three. Jorginho, for example, despite him, well, people might blame him for Silva having to do the 2 challenges or supposed challenges, but I think that Jorginho is, before Jorginho used to be one-dimensional. He used to do side passes, and I think that is starting to show that he still has those areas that will cause you to be worried, and it's crazy. But my theory becomes right as well, because I did say that I think Jorginho is playing games because I think he's actually going to be sold. I think he's going to get sold. I think Kovacic is more likely to be the one that stays, because I think they're trying to give him that consistent so they kind of raise his value, and also they try to extend it so that way so it doesn't, his value doesn't fall down if he starts to perform like he did. But it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Daniel, what do you think?
That again?
Yeah, I'm just asking what you think. What's your opinion?
I've never liked Jorginho, but I do back him then. But I just want him gone at the end of the season.
Yeah, for me, it's a difficult thing with Jorginho because I like him a lot, because I think he has the mentality. He really cares. You know, he tries his best. He really does, in my opinion. And he just doesn't fit. I think a lot of the time he gets, especially under Sarri, he just gets exposed, and you can't really be, you know, a leader in the team if you're getting exposed and, you know, overrun in the midfield. So obviously, since Tuchel came in, that hasn't been happening too much. But the thing with Jorginho is he just has very obvious weaknesses, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was seeing that I saw on Twitter that apparently Tuchel wanted Jorginho when he was at PSG. So
That's strange.
yeah, so he might not actually go anywhere. So we'll see with that.
Yeah, sorry,
he's
guys.
back.
My boy just plugged me out for some reason.
Yeah.
He
That's
reset
stand back
the.
dates too, as well.
He's reset the router without telling me. So then it just cut me off. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, what were you guys talking about?
I don't know. It went all of a sudden. So
talk about Jorginho. If we think he's going to get sold at the end of the season,
I hope so. I'd say I hope so. I'm grateful for what he's done for us this season, but I just think that again, Daniel, I think I mentioned this on the show we were on Friday. We have to have a formation for him to excel in. That's why we're playing this 5 at the back, because it gives him the protection that he needs. And I think if we're going to go back to playing 4 and score more goals again, then he can be a bit of a liability at times.
Yeah.
So,
and probably it could be a case where because if Tuchel actually wanted him at PSG, I think he monitored him and I think he saw the weaknesses. So probably when he came in, he knew that he had to do certain things so that Jorginho wouldn't be caught out. But the red card that caused a space and a gap between the defense and the midfield. So he got exposed.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you speaking about Lampard?
No, Jorginho.
Well, Jorginho, and if Tuchel actually wants him,
I've got a point with Jorginho. You know, ever since he's come to us, from Napoli, he hasn't really done anything. He's not really a suitable midfielder, and
he's done all right. I think that's a bit unfair.
I think it's system of Sarri and Tuchel's helping.
Yeah.
Nah.
But I just think
he's not right for Chelsea.
I do think we can having a free
isn't
midfield.
That kind of Kante. We need a Kante.
But having 3 midfielders, I think all of them. Kante
has injuries now. We've got to think for the future now. How will we be able to get another Kante?
Camavinga or Basuma? Yeah.
I like Basuma actually. Basuma's good.
Yeah, he's underrated, to be fair.
And he knows the Premier League.
Yeah.
Basuma. Yeah.
He can shoot too. Well, he hasn't really scored many goals, but he has that. He has that shooting ability.
I think we need Basuma, Awar, Lukaku, or Haaland. And
Awar is reportedly Juventus bound, so that's a big blow.
Basuma Awar. How do you mean Basuma Awar's Juventus?
Someone's saying I'm getting interrupted every 5 seconds, but that's fine. It's a platform. It's a platform for everyone to talk, so I don't mind.
Yeah, but it's kind of.
Yeah, but Uwar's good. Uwar can give us. He can give us what Jorginho gives us, but with a bit more physicality, I think, in there for Uwar. I think Arsenal were after him, weren't they, as well? So yeah. And what's your before I go? Actually, what's your guys' take on Jorginho? Not Jorginho, on Kovacic.
I think he's overrated.
What?
Yeah, I think people. I keep hearing some things as like
you can't say that. You can't say that about Kovacic. I would compare Kovacic.
Chelsea stand. Let Eric talk. Let Eric have his point. Then after you can address it afterwards. So Eric, carry on what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm saying I think he's overrated based on what I've heard people saying about him and what I've seen on Twitter. Because, I mean, if I'm hearing that he's our best player, I can't agree with it. I'm sorry. Like, he is like Jorginho in the sense that he has his weaknesses, he has his flaws. You know, every player has their flaws, but
Yeah.
he's not the kind of midfielder that you can rely on to, deliver the key pass in the game or score the key goal. He's not that kind of player. He's just a player who helps you in the build-up. You know, he helps you keep possession and he helps you to move the ball well. So he's overrated in my eyes based on what I've seen and heard on Twitter. So
he's overrated by the fans, but he's underrated in a sense because I get the point you're making, especially to say that he's the best player. He isn't really, but fine. You said it. He's more of that player that helps in the build up, and I mean that isn't really something really wrong, but you at least want him to contribute in other ways, be able to do those passes, and especially with the way that Tuchel is building and how how he uses the midfield, it calls for him to be able to do that, and so far he hasn't really done that. The passes he does, they're either they're too powerful, so no one can get to them, or they're not accurate. But he's able to dribble out of trouble. I guess that's one perk to his performances. But yeah, I can get your point to say, but I don't really think that saying he's overrated. I think probably saying that he's probably overhyped.
Yeah.
Some better, because overrated means that, like, I know a player who's actually overrated, but nobody will actually say that he's overrated. But I'm not gonna say it because I don't want anyone to say I have an agenda.
Go on to say it. I want to hear.
I know who you're going to say. You're going to say Mason
Money
Mount.
Money
Oh,
No, he's not. No, he's
disrespect
not.
my boy like that.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Look at his picture. Look at his Abbey. Daniel's Abbey, man. You can't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Daniel,
I'm not like Johnny Blue, but I do. Right?
What's your take on Cover, John Daniel?
And I think he is good. It's just like you said. It's his final third, isn't it? In his shooting.
Yeah.
He can't shoot. He just can't shoot to save his life, because you see that shot he did against West. It was currently against West Brom. He said one against West Brom. He blasted it and it went like way.
I thought it was going to go top corner. I swear.
Yeah. But because the thing is, I think he is over, as Tyrone probably put it right, overhyped. You know, everyone's what a lot of people do, because he's great at dribbling and he's good at getting out of these tight spaces and things. That's what a lot of people see in his game. But if you're looking at, if you put your coach's hat on and see what he does, he doesn't. Is he a good defensive midfielder? Probably not. Does he give you enough in attack? Probably not. You know, is he good at beating a press? Probably one of the best at beating a press. But do we need him? If he was playing alongside maybe somebody who was going to be contributing with assists and goals, then he'll complement them. But the fact that we've got nobody in that midfield who is getting the assists and the goals as well, is he somebody that we can afford to go in with next season as well?
Without a partner.
Yeah, and there are aspects to his game. Have you looked at his game? We've already mentioned it, where he was defensively switched off for at least 2 or 3 of the goals against West Bromwich Albion. There was something I highlighted when we played Man City, actually, when we lost 3-1 against them this season, where he did a strange move where he ran away from the ball. Yeah, I think if you look at that game again, I think we're good. What's his name? Gundogan scored. Rather than running towards the middle so that he can block the passing lane to Gundogan, he ran actually away. He didn't go towards the guy who had the ball. He ran away from the ball up the field. And I was wondering, what's he doing that for? And there's a couple of times where he just makes some strange decisions. And even the game on Saturday, he's tried to do his own thing. And what you find with him, not only him, some other of our players, is when we're losing games, rather than sticking to the plan, they start to do their own thing. Yeah, and although he looked good with carrying the ball and everything else, it became quite ill-disciplined, I thought.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people thought that he was trying to carry the game, make things happen, but he just... It's like in the park, Sunday League football, when your team's not playing well, then all of a sudden you forget all the instructions and you just do whatever you want to do. So... Yeah. So my thing is, he's not a bad player, but I just think he's just okay. He's not. He's too overhyped for me.
I like him. I think he's fine in the squad, but yeah. I'm not saying that he should get sold or anything like that. So yeah.
I don't think he will. I think Tuchel loves him. Well, he said he loves him. I'm not sure if he actually does, but he says he loves him.
Yeah. Farid said he assumes the defence had it covered. You don't make assumptions in football. You have to do your job. You can't say, "Oh, this person's going to do it." So
don't leave anything to chance.
No,
nothing to chance.
You got to get back. You got to get back as a defensive midfielder.
That's what Firmino does. That's what Firmino does.
Kante would have done it. Kante wouldn't just stay there. Kante would have been in that position.
Yeah, even if he can't get back, he still runs. He still runs to try to get back.
When Billy Gilmore. Remember that time when I'll give you a good example. Remember when Billy Gilmore played against Liverpool in a cup game last season, and I think it was it Wijnaldum or no, Firmino or someone who made this run, and
the Robbie cell.
And what he's done, he's got back. He didn't say, "Oh, he's going to play or leave it to a defender." He got back and he made a tackle because he's down as a defensive midfielder, and that's his job. So he's got to be mopping up as well. Don't assume for the defenders.
That was always a thing. He nutmegged Fabinho there. He got the ball, nutmegged.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I think didn't he like dispossess Mane as well? Like he took the ball off.
Yeah, he did.
And, yeah.
You know, he has the initiative. It's just that he doesn't have the body really, because he'll get bullied against players who actually are bulkier and everything. So that's the thing. He has the initiative he's like he thinks ahead. It's like he thinks before he does passes and everything.
This is an issue I have with what Tuchel said, because I don't buy it. I don't buy what he's saying. He said, we need to check with Gilmore and make sure that his physicality is what. It's like, come on, is he worse than Jorginho? He's more physical than Jorginho. So
Jorginho probably wouldn't have been here, to be honest. If Billy Gilmore did not get that injury against Crystal Palace, who knows? He probably could have been sold.
Yeah, and again, I'm hoping that obviously. The positive about Frank was that he trusted the younger players. I'm just hoping that Tuchel doesn't go down that line of not having trust in his younger player. Okay, he did play. He started off with Hudson-Odoi, didn't he? But he's kind of not playing him a lot now. He's going more with the experienced lineup. So I'm just hoping that for instance. Under Lampard, I think Gilmore would have probably had a couple more games under his belt, especially he'd have probably started against West Bromwich with the situation we're in. Jorginho probably not 100% fit, people coming back from international break. So he's got to have a bit more faith, I think, in some of the younger players.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And that's one thing I'll always respect Lampard for, because some games he plays them even if they don't start. If like for example the Everton game, we had a comfortable lead, then he brought on Tino Angerin, Broha and players like that, and even against Krasnodar as well, he brought on the players. So you don't have to necessarily start them, but at least give them a few minutes to play.
Summer, I remember those guys well. Alex, Giuliano Belletti. Yeah, I remember those guys. Alex was a great servant for us. What a Brazilian he was. He could take a free kick. You want to see a free kick, and as you stay and hit, he hit him hard. This guy, you have to get out of the way of his free kicks, otherwise he'll be taken in the back of the net with a ball. Yeah. Tell Benaim, that was a strange buy. That one. That was like, But Belletti did okay for us. He did all right. Yeah, back in the day. Right. Anyway, guys, I need to go. It's 2.5 hours I've been on now. Wow. So thanks. Anyway, thanks for all your contributions. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Tyrone. Thanks, Bobby, who came in before. DJ Sav, who was on earlier. Not sure what's happened to the Chelsea stand. He's disappeared. Not sure if he's having
he said his Wi-Fi dropped.
His Wi-Fi was having problems. Yeah. So, but I'm just hoping that our predictions.
Yeah, I'm
hoping that they wear blue tinted glasses predictions.
Yeah, I mean, the Chelsea show is Friday. The Chelsea show is Friday, and if you want to come on, you can come on. any of you.
Right, Tyrone, try and get on. I'll try and get on. I won't be on all of them because
Yeah,
Friday,
that's fine.
but I will try and get on.
We have the
But
regulars.
I
We have me,
couldn't,
Real
I
Chris,
couldn't
and
find it. I couldn't find the channel.
get Daniel to send you the. Are you his friend on? Do you follow each other on Twitter?
Follow me on Twitter. Yeah.
I follow Daniel. But he doesn't follow me. So
sorry, I didn't know. I don't really use Twitter.
Yeah,
But,
send him a message. Send him a message, Tyrone,
Yeah.
because what he'll do, he sent me the link, and it's a good show. It's a really good show. So what happened with this Plymouth guy? Sorry, I keep forgetting his name. But he does. What he does. He spends. It's about an hour. It's an hour show, and we just speak about topical things on Chelsea, and then there's a Chelsea quiz at the end of it. So it was. I enjoyed it. It's a good format.
oh
Yeah. So he does a Chelsea show, he does a Liverpool show, and he does a Manchester United show, I think.
and Arsenal, unfortunately.
And an Arsenal show. Oh right, okay, yeah. But it's good. He's a great host, and it's good, good person. Quite funny as well. So yeah, it's good. It's good. So try and get on it.
The regulars will be just me, the Winter Surfer, Real Chris, and the Shed End. That's it.
Yeah.
And then I just get guests on.
Winter Surfer. Oh my gosh.
Did you watch when on the football terrace? That was interesting. When he was,
was
upset.
He was on there the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He went mad about it was insane.
Yeah.
About the loss. Is it about the loss was going to come sometime, and he just went.
He just went. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your Easter, and so hopefully I'll try and do a preview show for Wednesday, if I can. If Bag is doing one, then I won't step on his toes because kind of work as a tag team. I don't want to. Yeah. So
I think we'll do one on Friday.
Okay. Maybe. Yeah. I'll hope to jump on that one. So let's see. Yeah. Anyway, so take care, guys, and
take care.
Speak to you later. Thanks for joining.
Channel as well. Make sure.
Yeah. Okay. And anyone who's on this stream, remember Tyrone's channel.
Thanks.
Do you have a link for it? That would help.
Let me see. I'll see if I can put it in the private chat.
Yeah, try and put it in the chat. It's Tyrone Codner, anyway. Codner. If you search for that.
Yeah.
Let me put it in. Yeah. Tyrone Codner, I think it is. Codner. That's the right spelling, isn't it, Tyrone? Yeah. So you'll be able to find him if you search for that on the YouTube. Yeah. All right. You don't have a channel, do you, Daniel? So once you start yours, then we'll.
No, I'll just be on. I will eventually, but not yet.
Yeah.
I'll be on that Chelsea show thing, the Chelsea show thing every week.
Okay.
I'll send you the link for that anyway.
Okay. Cool. Okay, Eric. Again, thank you, and everyone else, and everyone else who's contributed to the chat. Thank you for joining, and take care, guys. See you later. Bye.